Does anyone have any comments, revisions to any of those two meeting minutes? Commissioner Ma.
Thank you, Chair. I do have a revision to the February meeting minutes. It lists me as not being present, and I was present at the February meeting. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Ma. We can make that note in our motion for February. Okay. With that said, let's do the motions individually. Can I get a motion for the January meeting minutes?
So move.
Thank you, Vice Chair Otsuka.
Second that. Yep.
Thank you, Commissioner Romine. All in favor, say aye, raise your hand. Aye.
Aye.
Right. All right, the meeting minutes for January are approved. February meeting minutes.
Would you like me to make a motion or?
Sure.
Okay.
I think we need to note the correction of the change for Commissioner Ma being present.
Okay. I'd like to motion that we approve the February 2026 meeting minutes with the revision Commissioner Ma made, adding Commissioner Ma to present.
Great. Thank you, Vice Chair Otsuka.
Seconded.
Thank you, Commissioner Olson. All in favor, raise your hand and say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great. Our meeting minutes for February carry. Thank you, everyone. Okay, so we have a lot of great things to discuss today. We're going to move on to our reports from Dr. Fox, Director Fox from the city's Resiliency Office.
Thanks so much, Chair Islam, and welcome, commissioners, members of the staff and public. Today, I'll share 4 brief updates on behalf of the office's activities for the month of March. First, I'll begin with the Honolulu storms and provide an update of the activities not only of the city and county of Honolulu, but the office as a whole. One of the most important sites for everyone to be directed to is our Honolulu storm recovery resources that are online in one central hub. That's www.honolulu.gov/dem/storm-recovery-information. Within this hub of online information, you will see the FAQ to provide and report your storm damage. This is critical for us in the city to be able to help enumerate the damages that have been experienced by residents, by businesses, by landowners, so on and so forth. There's health and safety information, how to get help, how to volunteer and give help. There's a lot of information that's being uploaded right now for storm debris, an update to city services, our operating hours across agencies. There's information there for permitting information, especially for folks who will need to go through the process of collecting information and solid facts around emergency repairs that they may need to start to plan for and institute. There's beach safety information, lost and found, pet reunification. This is all being coordinated as part of the Emergency Operations Center, which we call the EOC. And the efforts we're putting forward under both the governor and the mayor's severe weather proclamations. I also want to take the opportunity to share with the commission that so part of our role and function as appointees under Mayor Blangiardi's administration is our ability to be activated during these emergencies for the purposes of ensuring that the city's functions continue to happen at the highest and best ability that we have. And so we are activated for these emergency operations within the EOC itself, within the call center, city shelters, and now the Community Assistance Center. This is the work that really defies science and data and the way that we tend to operate often in climate spaces. This is the work about community, and this is the people first work that we do each and every day here across the city, across the administration. And so I just really want to thank the entire staff of the office who have been working really around the clock in various different capacities that surely don't show up on a position description and are surely not a part of all of their wonderful training and education that they possess for our team, but they're doing a fantastic work to go over and above right now, and I could not be more proud. The second area that I want to be able to highlight is the Kona Low North Shore Community Assistance Center. On Tuesday night, Mayor, myself, members of the cabinet convened the first of many important conversations with community leaders and residents. It was a meaningful and very candid dialogue. Residents shared their urgent needs, thoughtful ideas, and strong affirmation of the essential role of the city that we play. They were also able to share their frustration and their recommendations for what needs to change, not only right now in the immediacy, but what happens for disasters and severe weather proclamations in the future. So one of the significant outcomes that came from this candid conversation on Tuesday night was the invitation for a collective call to stand up this Kona Low North Shore Community Assistance Center. In response, CCSR is one of the many agencies that is going to be reporting to and staffing the CAC in Waialua, which opened yesterday at the Waialua District Park. We plan to have the center open for approximately the next 2 weeks, or as long as the community residents need. It already turned into a vital hub and a resource area where members of the public can access information directly from city agencies, from trusted nonprofit providers, and really have their answers right there with a live person and not having to jump to multiple sites or social media platforms or try to call any given agency's desk or operator line. This is a place where really 311 comes alive, and we're there. We're going to staff it every day from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Right now. Yesterday, I was on site all day to help with our opening. We served more than probably about 300 direct touch points. We collaborated across 27 agencies, organizations, and divisions. We onboarded 15 navigators that provided the warm welcome and that humanistic touch to access information respectfully and thoughtfully, efficiently, and effectively for what people are going through right now. And it is truly, I think going to help make a difference, because we all know that city services can be quite confusing and difficult to navigate. When we layer distress on top of that, it makes it really inefficient to expect anyone to find all of their information when they're going through such times of need. I want to just also thank the staff that are mobilizing right now behind the scenes. You're going to see less staff with us today, and that's because we have staff heading to open the CAC today at 10 a.m. and then we will continue to do so throughout the weekend. So again, just thanking them and thanking all of the team behind the scenes that is helping CCSR be organized and create these new processes so that we can manage everybody's time and also practice a little bit of self-care for ourselves too. I also just want to be able to highlight, commissioners, that the city has positive work that we're doing at the same time. The operations don't stop around here, that's for sure. And so our pilot food waste composting program via the curbside green bins is starting on April 1st. And so residents in Waipahu, Nanakuli, Hawaiikai, Mililani, Kailua, and Kalihi who are receiving the city's automated curbside collection services are going to be able to start adding their food scraps and wasted food to their green bin. And the hope from the Department of Environmental Services is that the program will be able to expand later island-wide. So this is going to be a great opportunity for us to really think about food waste, zero waste in general, and perhaps even more of a circular economy focus. And then my fourth update for you folks today are our staffing updates. So I want to take the opportunity to congratulate and welcome Jackie, who is transitioning into our CCSR operations and budget specialist position. She onboarded into the team very quickly during the storm last week and has jumped in very well. And so we're happy and relieved that she's here and transitioning in. So you'll be able to see and hear more from her in the coming months. And definitely also want to thank Cross for his service to CCSR. And Cross will be transitioning to the Department of Parks and Recreation starting on April 1st. And we're going to miss him. And we thank him for all of his support and guidance to help to lead really efficient meetings over the last few months with you folks at the commission level, but definitely on the staff level too. He brings that pizzazz and that energy and that life that has been really nice and happy part of the team each and every day. But we know he's going to be in very good hands with our colleagues and our partners over in DPR. So in closing, commissioners, thank you so much for your ongoing committed service and offering a lot of healing to all during this time of severe weather. I'm happy to answer any questions or provide any more comments at this time.
Thank you, Director Fox, for an amazing update. I just want to thank you and your team for all the work that you're doing at the CAC. I really appreciate hearing kind of the candid conversation you, the mayor, and other cabinet members had on Tuesday, and it's great to see really kind of like a very hands-on human approach to addressing it. I just want to ask, is there anything that the commission can help to assist with in this process? Just, to support the efforts of the Resiliency Office and or the city?
Great question, Chair Islam. I think we would absolutely welcome if you folks want to come out and take a half-day shift or a full-day shift at the Community Assistance Center. We would more than welcome your hands and hearts and your aloha. There's a lot of that going around right now. We felt that very palpably yesterday, and so we'd be happy to link you. We have a sign-up sheet, and Sarah, Emily, and Maya on our team are helping to coordinate the efforts. Our hope is that at any given time, we don't have any less than 2 folks that are on any one shift, and there's a lot of opportunity, especially I think on the weekends and the holidays. For instance, next Friday is Good Friday, and so that could be a potential opportunity for commissioners to lend a hand. So that's just one of our first ideas. But one of our second ideas would be any opportunity for you to share our news releases that go out, the social media information. One of the most important things that we're learning is how critical these communication channels are to making sure people get updated, reliable information. And so you being able to share that across your organizations and with your networks would also be a tremendous help to us.
Okay, thank you. I think we can do that. And then lastly, before I turn on to the other commissioners, I just want to welcome Jackie. We look forward to working with you. And Cross, it's just been amazing working with you. Happy to hear you'll be at Parks and Recs, and I'm sure we'll see you around. But like Dr. Fox said, you have just been a wealth of joy and happiness. So it's great to know you, and wishing you all the best in your next chapter. Any other questions? Commissioner Olson.
Yeah, thank you very much for the floor. I just want to express a deep mahalo to the staff of your office, Director Fox. This is always this kind of thing, these crises and responding. I know they all have to drop their own lives to respond, and it's all traumatizing and hard, and really appreciate it. And I do very much look forward to coming and working side by side. And so please do follow up with us on that. I think everybody is searching for constructive ways to help that doesn't add to the flow of traffic and not return anything for the community. So thank you for setting that up. Yeah, and welcome Jackie and Cross. Oh, gonna miss you. But I'm sure we'll run into each other again at some point in the future. Mahalo.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Olson. Commissioner Romine.
Thank you, Chair. And thank you, Director Fox, for those updates. And yeah, I just want to echo the big mahalo to CCSR staff and all the folks of the city, all your hard work in responding there for the North Shore communities, and just echoing the sentiments that Commissioner Olson shared. And welcome, Jackie. Looking forward to working with you, and mahalo across for all your help with the commission. It's been fun working with you. Director Fox, I did have one question. I know your primary responsibilities are focused on the city's response and helping out with that, but I'm just curious if any of the state agencies are making themselves available through the city center there, such as Hawaii Emergency Management Agency or Department of Health?
Yeah, great question. So in general, we have we have 2 cabinet meetings daily right now, and we have statewide coordination calls also daily as part of the EOC's activation. This is something that's it is very formal in the way that we interact. So for the statewide coordination calls, it's led by the governor in Haima, and then the mayors and all of their county EOCs, and then the rest of us that are directly a part of the EOC join those calls. So there can be a lot of folks, so they can be very lengthy, but it's the best opportunity to get all of the information. That's happening behind the scenes a lot as the governor is working towards a presidential declaration. And so there's a lot of coordination that's happening, particularly with the city, with state agencies. HDOT is one of the organizations, in addition to HIEMA, that's been working throughout the response because of the road conditions. There's been a lot of road closures. There's been a lot of landslides. There's been completely impassable bridges, and the handoff between state, city, and private landowners can be quite complex and complicated, actually. So it requires that infrastructure collaboration at all times. There's been a lot of work in collaboration with the Department of Health. So within the CAC, 3 divisions within the Department of Health are there. So vital records is one. Many people did not have time, especially in Otaki Camp. Many people did not have time to grab their vital records. That's birth certificates, death certificates, marriage certificates. You can go to the CAC and actually get access to that information. They have printers on site, and that is critically important because people also lost their identification because they were literally swimming to flee their homes because the water was rising so quickly. They're also able to access the DMV records right away and start getting these temporary IDs issued and printed on site. We also have the Department of Health's environmental health branch on site. That's also critically of importance for the infrastructure, right? Because many people within the Waialoa and Haleiwa area rely on septic systems. And so right now, making sure that people have that information, but also the general cleanup and debris. So environmental health branch is there on site. And then they also do have their behavioral health services on branch 2. Their branch is there too. And so yesterday we had 3 licensed mental health counselors that were able to help work as community navigators with our teams in the morning. And those are rotational shifts that we're welcoming and looking forward to having on site, because there does need to be some grief counseling as well, and making sure that people have access to statewide services that are on a sliding fee scale or free of cost right now is ideal. And then we also have the Department of Human Services. They're on site providing information, especially for SNAP and WIC recipients or people who want to apply to be recipients for that, because we know as folks have temporary housing needs, it's not easy to always take food and supplies with you from place to place. And so making sure that they have access to that information is something that DHS is supporting directly, so that they can do the intake right there and help to process the information much more swiftly. Again, one-stop shop access, so that people aren't floating through various websites across various agencies and getting them directed exactly to where they need to be. So I hope that information and that specificity is helpful to you, Commissioner Romay.
Absolutely. Yeah. Thank you for that, Director Fox. And it's great to hear that kind of coordination, collaborations happen between city and state beyond, what I even anticipated. So that is exciting to hear. So again, mahalo to you and all the CCSR staff and everybody at the city and all their hard work in this response. Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner Revine. Commissioner Ma.
Thank you for that really informative update, Director Fox, and thank you to all of your staff, and welcome, Jackie, and we're gonna miss you, Cross, and for always being so responsive, especially when I have questions. Thank you. I have two questions regarding your report, Director Fox. One, if you could explain a little bit more about the mayor's emergency proclamation. I understand the state proclamation a little bit better, but can you expand a little bit about what the mayor's proclamation does? Did it release funding? Did it eliminate like suspend city laws and regulations and for the time period? And also, are there any trainings for people who want to volunteer? Like the commissioners here are, including myself, are very interested. And you gave a lot of information. We don't want to like stand there and like, oh, we don't know where to direct people. And what trainings can we give to us if we want to volunteer?
Yeah, so if I may, Commissioner Ma, I'll take those maybe one by one. I'll because we were talking about the Community Assistance Center and volunteerism, maybe I'll just start there. So right now the training is happening on site, and it happens prior to the shifts beginning. And so our team leads, if you will, are on site, and they provide that onboarding training from the beginning. I think one of the things that we can work on is having folks not only be supportive in the CCSR and the city capacity, but just in general across the operations too. So we do have a CCSR table that's set up, but we're also functioning to help make sure that the operations flow, because there's no lunch break, for instance, right? There's no time that we close. And so what we've noticed is that there can be ebbs and flows. It can be very, very busy, where there are many people circulating through the jam and all of the tables at once. And then there can be lulls, and there can be times when we can be doing things behind the scenes to make sure that the space is more comfortable, and we're having those check-ins with one another. The navigator role is really important, we found yesterday, because as I said, we have about 27 agencies and organizations and divisions on site. We've developed a map, and that map is the visual tool that helps guide people around the space and where they can find services. Those services have a description of service and then a type of service. But we also know that it can be very confusing if you're not familiar with some of these agencies and what they do. And so there is a primary list of all of these descriptions that everybody walks through together at the beginning of the day. So we know a little bit more about what each person does. And then the community navigator's role is to make sure that you go with the person and the resident, firstly, to the tables that they need. So for instance, they may be a renter compared to a homeowner. If they are a homeowner, one of the primary places that we want to make sure that they're stopping at is the Department of Emergency Management's table, because we want them to be filing that damage report right away. The second table that we know that they really probably need to be at right away is the Department of Planning and Permitting, so that they can have that conversation directly with the DPP staff as the homeowner of what are the necessary steps for these repairs to happen. We've waived the fees. Mayor has waived the fees for now. That's something that's part of the severe weather proclamation. And then they have staff on site that are able to document the forms, and will be building the contact list for DPP to start to work with hand in hand. That's really different if somebody is a renter, right? So as the renter, they actually can't fill out the DPP forms. It does need to be the TMK and the homeowner on record in the deed. And so what they're needing most often, that I found yesterday in being in that navigator role, is they more likely need to access our Department of Customer Services. They need to understand what is our city's rental relief program. What are some of the job training programs that we have through some of the industries that we have connections with? What is the short-term availability of city housing look like, where they can have temporary shelter? And so the intake and assessment form and that map and that navigator role, if you will, helps to segment that information much more efficiently on our end, rather than putting, again, the onus on the individual to make that decision for themselves. And so I hope that helps provide even more detail. But yeah, the training is being conducted on site, because one of the things that we're doing now is building out the schedule for every organization and agency that will be present. We're hoping to staff this every day with all of the agencies for the next 2 weeks, but we know that that may not be reasonable on a Sunday, right? So we don't always know if healthy mothers, healthy babies can be there every single day, all day, for instance. And so there's a master schedule, and then everybody in the morning goes through that orientation and update with one another, so they know who's in the room and who is not present that day. And then I can share, I'll actually put the PDF into the chat. We've combined a PDF for all of the emergency proclamations in one. And I find this to be a very, very helpful document. So the one that we are working off of right now is the Mayor's Emergency Declaration of Emergency for March 20th. And so what this does functionally at the staff level is it formally activates this role of emergency response. For me, this is the administrative stuff that I need, because the mayor is the only person that's allowed to grant administrative leave, right? So folks have been seeing those alerts go out where state and city workers are not working during some of these severe emergency days. Last Friday was an example of that. We need these emergency declarations to be able to authorize that. And so that's through section 13-112. And then it also starts to initiate the process for all of the tabulation for the funding with the Department of Budget and Fiscal Services. And so the managing director will be speaking to that in the budget hearing actually on Monday. And we're starting to put together all of that information now with the hope that there could be a FEMA federal reimbursement later. We are managing the needs and the responses firstly through the city's general operating funds through BFS. And then we have another emergency proclamation from March 9th that we're still operating off of too right now. So what the conversations are right now, Commissioner Ma, is FEMA going to consider this to be one storm system, or will these be two distinct storms? And that will heavily impact our ability to receive federal aid and funding from FEMA. So that's just a little bit of where we're at right now. And generally our mayoral declarations of emergency always reference the governor's declaration for a state of emergency as well. So same thing for March 9th. And then the governor's state of emergency is immediate and continuing through April 13th. Right now, that's what we're working off of.
Thank you. That's very helpful. Thank you.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Ma. Commissioner Osuka.
Yeah, hi, Dr. Fox. Thank you so much for your great update. I want to first echo what all the commissioners said, and thank you and your office for staffing the CAC. I think this is really iterative of sort of the last letter of the office, our resilience. I think sometimes we are often so focused on sort of pre-storm or pre-emergency resilience, but I think this is really that post and like community-focused resilience. So how do we get people back on their feet as quick as possible and sort of support people? I really appreciate you mentioned their mental health staff at the CAC supporting people, because I think it's a really big, like circular, very like holistic approach to community resilience. So thank you. I had a couple questions kind of related to Commissioner Ma's questions about sort of what's in the proclamation. So I'll start with my first question. I've been thinking about like the either short-term or long-term displacement of residents, either that their house or home is not sort of in living condition, and where are those folks living? And then thinking about maybe long-term displacement, like maybe folks are not wanting to return to their home or not wanting to live in a more flood-prone area. And I was wondering if the proclamation includes anything that might be able to help provide folks either short or long-term housing more quickly. I'm not sure if there's anything that includes that, so I'll stop there and I'll ask my second question later.
Thank you, Vice Chair Osuka. So no, in general, the proclamations are really statutorily focused, and they don't get into the operations of the emergency command. We have separate guiding documents and standard operating procedures that happen for each of the topics and the leads within the EOC. And that happens both at the state level, our city and county level, but then also the other 3 counties as well. So those types of details, for instance, shelter is not what you'll see in the mayor's declaration of emergency. It does not get into specific sectors like transportation or housing or food systems, for example. It's quite specific in its statutory language.
Okay, I think you answered my second question, but I'll just share some initial thoughts, and maybe you can point me to the right answer, or maybe there's no answer. The other thing I've been reading about is there's a ton of traffic, more so than usual, going to the North Shore. And a lot of it is folks from not the North Shore going to donate stuff, which is really great. But I've also been sort of reading about sort of the still large influx of visitors going to the North Shore. And I think that's impacting movement of like services and goods to support North Shore residents. I don't know if there is anything the city is doing to try to limit the number of visitors in the area, either people going for disaster tourism or just not, being aware of what has happened recently. Are we, not necessarily, are you aware of anything I should be reading about or read more into?
Yeah, that's exactly right, Vice Chair Otsuka. I think that collective we is exactly where we're at, but there's that specific we. I think we'd all be disappointed, might be the nice word for me to use right now. I think we'd be all very, very disappointed to know how much disaster tourism and voyeurism is happening on the North Shore and has been happening for the past several days. And the community members themselves have directly asked us and have directly asked visitors, please do not come here if you do not live here or if you are not directly helping and volunteering. And that is something that you're starting to see out of our city messages as well. They are asking for support specifically from HPD to help with the traffic management and the control, because there are people, and I would just speak for what I visually saw myself yesterday of a person holding up traffic with a video camera to video record a family working in their front yard and their driveway. There is a lot of this actually happening, and it's terrible. And we're trying our best to make sure that we are the first messengers of this. This is very inappropriate and you should not be here. And we're now utilizing our ability to enforce that through agencies like HPD and especially our first responders, because not only is it harming the community, but it is also creating safety issues. Last Sunday, safety issues did come up quite a lot because the traffic was at a standstill. The residents could not get back into their own streets and neighborhoods to even assess the damage of their home or their family member's home because you couldn't move. And so we are working with DTS and HDOT are working together a lot with the first responder agencies right now to work on things like shuttle systems and bus systems, where we're using other places to be able to be mobility hubs, if you will, Vice Chair Otsuka, something you're more familiar with than I am, but really instituting mobility hubs. Because you will see, especially around Goodall Avenue, around Long Bridge, around Otaki Camp, there are real bottlenecks that are happening, and we want to make sure that the cleanup work is being done, the debris management is being done, families and volunteers can do the work that they need to do as our highest priority compared to others who might be wanting to go take a look or take a look on their way to go to the beach or go on a hike or go parasailing or something like that, which is not a high need at all right now during the emergency. So yeah, thank you for asking for those questions. They're not rumors, and it is happening, and it's something that we're really trying to help alleviate head on right now.
Great, thank you for your responses. That's very disappointing to hear that. Those are true, the things I've been reading. I'll just quickly plug the last agenda item, or within our new business. Commissioner Olson and I are going to talk about our updates to the tourism guidance document. And I think one of the key updates we made was on emergency evacuation routes. But Dr. Olson, maybe we need to think about sort of post-disaster and transportation recommendations. I've been thinking a lot about this more, having read this in the last couple of days, about sort of how traffic is impacting residents in the area, but also the movement of goods, services to help post-disaster. So thank you so much.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Otsuka. Commissioner Olson.
Yes, Kiana, thanks for bringing that up. I was going to flag it as well, that this horrible idea of post-disaster tourism never even occurred to me as a thing. But I recall post-Lahaina fires also pleas to from the government and locals to please don't come, right? And I have seen some of those messages come out about the North Shore, but I wonder if that's also something the office is doing, is or has time to do, or the commissioners could step up to try to get the word out in the public media and write, a letter to the editor or an op-ed or something constructive to really just say, to be considerate. I don't know. I'm just trying to think of things we can do to keep people from, I hope that most people go out with the right intentions, and we just need to direct them to, but for those who don't, we probably won't change their behavior, but we could try.
Yeah, I think some of those ideas are absolutely fabulous. I would love for us to you know, potentially open that up for the later agenda item. And then in terms of the ability for a commissioner or commissioners to pen something like in op-ed, Maya could definitely help with that. And Maya serves as our public information officer for the agency within the group of the PIOs led by the mayor's communication team. And I'm sure that they would really welcome that support right now. They're one of the groups that right now they're rotating on a 24-hour news and information cycle right now. So I'm sure that they would help, they would really appreciate the help from trusted voices and expert opinions like yourselves.
Great. I think this is all excellent kind of discussion and how we can kind of work to support the work of the city and the office. So thank you, commissioners. I'm going to ask the public if there are any comments or questions for the report from Dr. Fox. If so, please raise your hand and you can unmute yourself. We recommend 3-minute comment.
Chair, I just want to note the comment from Casey Connors in the chat for you.
Sure. Okay. Casey Connors, FYI, all the TV media have done reports asking tourists to stay away from fun area, but okay to go to Haleiwa and shops. So I think just continue to echo what we all see in the news right now. Okay. Cross, do we have any comments or questions online? I was remiss to ask, do we have anyone in the room with you as well?
No, there's no public in the room and we have no comments online, Chair.
Okay, great. Thank you, Cross. Again, thank you, Dr. Fox, for a great update and report. I think the commission will be in touch with you on how we can support the CAC and just continue to work on kind of communications. I think that'd be a good topic for item 9. Things are not on the agenda.
Chair, if I may, maybe
Mhm.
something that we could think about would be do we want to make an outline or some type of guiding document with the commission and the commissioners, knowing that these severe weather systems are not going to decrease anytime soon. And this could be a great opportunity for us to create a new collaboration protocol between you folks and us as the office to be a conduit with the city. And maybe if there's a commissioner who would volunteer to work on that with me and Sarah and Emily and Maya, I think that would be a potentially a really helpful next step and action item.
Okay, I think that's a great idea. I'm happy to work with you, Dr. Fox, just to get that going, and then we can maybe present it at an upcoming meeting. Yeah.
Thank you, Chair.
But on a personal, I definitely want to come out on the 3rd, so I'll reach out to Sarah and Maya and let them know what's a good time for them or what based on the schedule. Okay, I'm going to move on to new business now. We have no old business, so I'm skipping item 5. And we're going back to Director Fox, Dr. Fox, to do a presentation on the office's budget for fiscal year 2027. So welcome back, Dr. Fox.
Thank you again. You folks will hear more from me, I think, collectively today than I would normally like to take up all of the oxygen and space in our robust commission meetings. But I do think that it is essential in our ability to continue to operate with greater public trust and confidence to share our agency's work and our investment across sustainability and resiliency projects for the city and county of Honolulu, and how we are documenting through formal budget processes our experience of climate changes now and in the future. So mahalo, commissioners, for the opportunity to present to you CCSR's proposed operating budget for FY27. I have slides that I hope are sharing correctly on the screen, easy for you to view today. Wait, I've seen nodding heads, so that's wonderful. I want to be able to start first here with a schematic of the hierarchy and the way in which we're situated within the mayor's office and the office of the managing director, since we do have members of the public here who may not be familiar with some of the roles and functions that we have within CCSR. So we are just one of the agencies under the Office of the Managing Director. Our Managing Director is the fabulous and never ceases to stop working, Mike Formby. And so under his purview is the Office of Economic Revitalization, the Mayor's Office of Culture and the Arts, the Neighborhood Commission Office, the Honolulu Film Office, and also the Royal Hawaiian Band is also directly under the Office of the Managing Director as well. So we consider these to be our sister agencies at all times. There's a lot of nexus points and opportunities for collaboration. And in general, we actually all get along very well, and we work together and find opportunities for partnership everywhere from food systems to culture, to community engagement and much better outreach. And then things like I just mentioned, like our public information support and communication channels. Each of the yellow tabs that you see here also represents the executive bodies as well. So we thank you folks for your ongoing service as our Climate Change Commission. And we also have an Economic Revitalization Commission, our Commission on Culture and the Arts, our Neighborhood Commission, and we do have our Honolulu Youth Commission as well. So we are operating these executive bodies at all times too. I would say that of all of the commission bodies, the ones that are part of the Office of the Managing Director are some of the more active ones. They're full, they have robust volunteer and membership on the part of their commission members, and they also meet quite frequently, covering an array of topics. And so there could always be opportunities for us to connect you folks as commissioners with these commissions too, not necessarily for anything tangible like joint work, but just so some of the communication stays open between you folks, and you folks are within each other's networks as well. And we'd be happy to make some of those connections individually, should there be interest. I'm going to go ahead and go to the next slide. So this table provides the summary of CCSR's operating budget. And sorry,
I lost your slide. I
Did
can't
it?
see it now.
No, it didn't work. Are you seeing a table with financial numbers?
Oh, is it just me?
Yeah. It
Sorry.
could be your connection, Commissioner Ma. There might be a slight lag.
Commissioner Olson is nodding that she can see the data table.
Yeah,
And so is Commissioner Suika. Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, it was just me. Sorry, everyone.
No, that's okay. Please do stop me if I am, you all know me, I am not the most tech efficient person, and computers are not always my friends. So please do stop me if something fails on my side. So the CCSR operating budget and the Climate Resiliency Fund recommendations are included in this one summary table for fiscal year 27. And so fiscal year 27 is July 1st, 2026 to June 30th, 2027. And so we are actively in the budgeting process now, and this is the information that was provided to the City Council and the Budget Committee and Budget Chair earlier this month. So I'm going to walk through each one separately so I can segment the details within the top and the bottom sections. So up top, we have really strong confidence right now in the office's total operating budget. So our total operating budget request for the office is 2.6 million. This is 5,300 less than our fiscal year 26 appropriation that council approved last year. And so this proposal does reflect CCSR's continued commitment to fiscal discipline. And part of what you're seeing out of the message from the mayor and his executive operating budget that he submitted to council 2 weeks ago. mayor and all of our cabinet are committed right now to not raising real property tax. And so our ability to have fiscal discipline and strengthening our capacity to deliver our services also relates to how do we plan for programs around climate and resiliency responsibilities, but do we do so mindfully? And so one of the ways that we do that is through our staffing. And so you'll see that the operating budget of the 2.6 million is separated into two formal functions: our salary expenses and then what we call current expenses. For the salary side, CCSR includes exempt appointees. So this year, we have proposed 17 full-time positions through a mix of general funds and personal services contracts. We have 2 federally funded positions, 1 philanthropically funded positions, and we have several fellows on contract from our strong supports with the University of Hawaii. And so thank you for our ongoing University of Hawaii presence across our climate commission. So under ordinance 20-47 for CCSR, these are the positions that carry out the work of the current expenses every single day, week over week, month over month, with the plans and the projects and the programs and the initiatives that you see for our ability to support through the staffing side, the city's climate mitigation, adaptation, and resiliency actions, but to also make sure that we're ensuring compliance with our mandates established by council. We don't have overtime for these positions because, again, these are exempt appointees. And so one of the key structural changes that you will see in this proposal with some of the deltas in the table is we have a request for a reallocation of 138,000 from current expenses to salaries while keeping the overall budget below the FY26 level. And there's a reason for that. So historically, CCSR relied much more heavily on consulting expenditures. But what we've determined in the last few months, and I'll share some more specifics around the numbers and the percentages in a couple of slides, is the internal capacity of our team allows for more sustainable and cost benefit approaches to administering this office. So by us investing in people, it really actually allows us to expand our impact, improve our accountability, and really leverage outside funding much more effectively than us relying on consultants as we did in the past. And so this is a shift that I have made pretty immediately here. We're operating right now, I would say, with really strong fiscal confidence and stability from the leadership and administrative level. We have only one vacancy, and that's the deputy position. So that's my former role after being appointed in December 2025. We're going through the recruitment stages, and then we anticipate filling the position by the end of April 2026. It is a lengthy process. It involves many, many steps. And so, but I am really happy to say that's the only vacancy that we have, and we've been able to manage the positions and the transitions that you heard, including with Jackie and Cross in the meantime. And so, just being able to move on to the bottom section of the slide is our administration's recommendation to council for their consideration of the Climate Resiliency Fund. So the ask for the Climate Resiliency Fund, CCSR's administration of this special fund on behalf of the city, is the 9.375 million. This is a new insertion, and it's a direct action that we learned from council. And from our budget and fiscal services collaboration with their leadership in the way that the fiscal year 26 Climate Resiliency Fund process started with. So Bill 15 was passed last year, and then there were 2 resolutions that I'll talk about a little bit more that appropriated funds. What we had learned from council was that they actually preferred that we align this year's budget requests with the operating budget cycle. And we also heard this from cabinet members themselves. So what this alignment has resulted in is 3 real tangible benefits that I continue to message. One, you know, myself, the managing director, mayor, and our budget and fiscal services team have improved clarity around this new special fund and CCSR's overall budget submission. So we're operating the agency as well as operating the special fund, and we have much more alignment between the two. The departments from across the city enterprise have successfully now integrated in internal project proposals to be able to expend funds through the Climate Resiliency Fund for the first time during the regular operating budget cycle too. And this is a clear step to reduce duplication of effort and also to identify project gaps, but also identify collaboration that could be happening across the city for major initiatives that are identified within the authorizing language of the Climate Resiliency Fund. Things like renewable energy, indigenous knowledge systems, infrastructure. It takes quite a lot of collaboration. So being able to work much more preemptively with the departments has been a very tangible benefit for alignment. And the third one is really highlighting that CCSRs has established an evaluation committee, scoring rubric, and numerous supporting tools that ensure transparency to formalize clear processes and protocols that govern the use and the ability to report on these special funds. And thanking Chair Islam, who is serving as a member of the Climate Resiliency Fund's evaluation committee. And I'll talk about those projects that the committee helped to recommend in my forthcoming slides. I know that's a lot of information, but then I'll go ahead and take the two details separately. So this slide here that should be showing on your screen is a complement to the Office of the Managing Director's hierarchy. And this right now is the layout for the organization chart of CCSR itself, and then also the Climate Resiliency Fund on the left. And so you can see we have a number of programs, we have a number of specialists, coordinators, and also fellows throughout the office. And so we're very proud of our team, and we're proud of the level that the team is able to operate at by the way that we have built out support systems and bringing in funding both through the Climate Resiliency Fund and our ongoing grant awards and grant seeking. Two of the areas that the City Council always asks us to report on is our federal funds, our federal funded positions, and our federal funded grants. And so right now we do have two amazing federal funded positions. Folks know Poliahu and they know Chris very well. They're amazing additions to our team. We love having them here, and they are funded through a Department of Energy grant and then respectively an Environmental Protection Agency grant. And then we do continue to have them as our primary touch points through two of our large federal grants that are ongoing. And so one is our CPER grant with the EPA and the EECBG grant with the DOE. And you know, this is a great opportunity for us to pause that CCSR has a really, really outstanding history from the beginning of its creation to have leveraged funds sometimes for every $1 that the city has given in general operating funds. CCSR has been able to leverage that threefold with matches of external funding. And this has always been diverse around private, state, federal grants, contracts, intergovernmental agreements, you know, and philanthropy that really strengthen not only the personnel capacity of the office, but also advancing priority projects. And so we continue to actively pursue federal funding opportunities, state funding opportunities, and philanthropy opportunities as well. And that's an area that we always ask of the commission. If there are opportunities that you are seeing come across your desk and your networks, and you feel like there's a great place for us, for CCSR to lean in, please do let us know. We want to make sure that we're continuing to invest in bringing in outside funds as far into the future as we can. I'm going to walk through some of the specifics here for the operating budget's current expenses, as we call them. So this is the line that's separate from the staffing positions. And so what you'll see is every object code within the cost centers are I would say thematic around certain areas. And so we've made those areas as clear as we could for a general consumption so that folks could see into some of the details of the current expenses. Within the columns themselves, what we've done is we've been able to highlight what was the FY26 budget allocation. So you can see the baseline of what we're working from for our current year of current expenses that we're in right now that go until June 30th. What is the proposed budget allocation that you currently see through the city council and the materials that have been posted online? And in that final column to the right, if you will, is the conversations that we're having right now for the adjustments to the allocation that we'll be working through all the way until June 30th, 2026, as we continue going through this process with council. And so again, we're keeping the $2.6 million just under the FY26 allocation approved and appropriated through council. And what we're doing is we're shifting where the money and the percentage of spend is across specific object code areas to make sure that the projects and the operations and how we administer these programs are much more clear and efficient. So for instance, one of the first lines that you're going to see at the top in this shift is our office rent and other rentals. CCSR is moving out of FOSSI in the coming months. And so you'll see that this used to be a very small amount of the current expenses in the operating budget. And now we see that this will probably be about 11%. And so we're absorbing that into the budget while also staying flat. And that's critical to how are we balancing this? And so Crystal has been working fabulously with me on this numerous times, probably too many times at this point, but it's because we can account for every single project and every single dollar in our planned expense. What you do not see in CCSR is any type of fluff or cushion. This is an actual budget of what the projects need and what do our staff need to make sure that these programs and projects progress and they meet their deliverables and outcomes. Another area that I wanted to highlight that shifted in the opposite direction for office rent and other rentals is our consultant services, which I had just highlighted. There were times in CCSR's history where consulting services was 93% of the operating budget expenses. The last year allocation that was dropped down to 81%, and we're actually looking to get that to about 57% by the time the adjustments are done with this budget hearing process. The other area that you'll see has quite a marked increase is our other fixed charges. This is an area that you're seeing an increase from 8% up to 13%. And then because of those strong partnerships that I mentioned with the University of Hawaii, we have amazing memorandums of agreement with the University of Hawaii. And so we're able to pay our fellows through fabulous programs like the Grau Fellowship, like Sea Grant, and we operate those separately with those entities, and then we can make the payments to pay for their salaries with the conditions of each one of those departments. So right now we do have fellows with the Department of Urban and Regional Planning, the Department of Geography, and then also with Sea Grant. And we look forward to those opportunities at any time. But those are some of the highlights. And then of course, you'll see a marked increase for office supplies, materials, and equipment. And that's related to the move, is because we are moving out of FOSSI Municipal Building, which has a lot of city materials, supplies, and equipment at hand for us. And we are relocating with our sister office, the Office of Economic Revitalization, into the downtown Chinatown area. And so that's why we need to make sure that we're increasing some of those funds as well. I'm gonna move on to the next slide. And this will start to transition our conversation over to the Climate Resiliency Fund. So again, in summary, to help folks that are following along, because I know it can be quite a little bit confusing, we operate CCSR's agency budget through general funds, and now we administer and manage the Climate Resiliency Fund special funds. And so I'm going into that second part of the work that we're doing. In this table, I'm highlighting our recommendation to council for the approval of the 9.357 million with allocations across 3 core funding areas. And so these categories scoped for investment are city department projects, making up about 59% of the funding, externally directed initiatives making up about 36% of the funding, and then administrative expenses. We keep at about 5% of the total, and that's actually written into Bill 15, and then the codification of the Climate Resiliency Fund through the revised ordinances of Honolulu through our 2 resolutions last year, 204 and 221. So respectively, this is how we make up 100% of the total. And then now I'll be able to walk you through the detail of the first line, which will be city departmental projects. So this is a list of our administration's recommendation for 59% of the fiscal year 27 availability of special funds for climate resiliency to be directed to city departmental projects. And these projects stand ready to meet the purposes of the funds immediately. And like I said, they help to create collaboration, cover gaps that are not being paid for by any other special fund or any other general funds themselves. So last fall, CCSR developed and put out a call for proposals. We received 21 proposals through this internal city competitive process. We had our 5-person Climate Resiliency Fund Evaluation Committee, including Chair Islam, who's helped us to score 20 completed projects. The request for those projects was about $9 million for fiscal year 27 alone. And so what we've presented here in this table are the 16 Climate Resiliency Fund projects that form what we see as a very cohesive portfolio across 11 agencies, totaling $5.5 million of recommended allocation to our council. So the name of each project is here, and then the funding for the amount that we're recommending for allocation to be approved by council. So for instance, one of the city's probably most popular programs that many of us have our own personal connections to is Summer Fun. Every year, 10,000 keiki and OPO take part of Summer Fun activities all across the Department of Parks and Recreation sites, district parks and gyms all over the place. They go on Huaka'i and they do great fun and activity. Well, DPR had a great idea through Ho'omalama Aina Kids. Why not have this opportunity to help provide information to keiki and OPO about Ho'omalama Aina and make it unique to them. So when they're at Summer Fun, they have these lessons, they have these activities, and they have these supplies. They can be learning about the environment. They can learn about sustainability, and they can also have an attachment to place because the Department of Education currently doesn't require this in their standard general learning outcomes. And so they're one of the projects that's being recommended for FY27. And the recommended allocation on behalf of the Climate Resiliency Funds Evaluation Committee is $275,000. You'll see lots of other different types of programs. For instance, that DPR project for Summer Fun is quite direct facing, and it's specific to youth and adolescents, but there are also shoreline restoration projects, complete streets, language access and information, analyses and studies and assessments that wouldn't have been done otherwise. Again, it makes up a very cohesive portfolio so that when we think of climate resiliency, we're thinking of it very tangibly across the aspects of our work. And then the other thing that's really important to note is that these projects are expected to start immediately on July 1st. They need to be encumbered within 1 year, and the expectation is that they'll be completed no later than the end of Mayor Blangiardi's administration. So they, would really have those 2 years and 6 months to not only be stood up and invested in, but also implemented, completed, and closed out. On the next slide, I'll be able to highlight our work towards building a portfolio for our administration's recommendation that 36% of our fiscal year 27 availability of special funds targets 3 areas. And so we have 3 core projects that make up externally directed initiatives as outlined by council in Bill 15. And so the first one is our residential energy and resilience retrofits pilot program. The second is our household cesspool conversion financial assistance. And then our third is contracts with nonprofit organizations managed by a third party. So respectively, this is that 36% that makes up the 100% total, but each one of these break down to the 47, 29, and 24% of the allocation to reach that 36%. So again, you can see how specific we're being and how much we're able to monitor where the expenses are going to flow so that we have accurate quarterly and annual reporting going out to administration, council, and then our ideas to share that publicly in the future. It's important for me to pause here and underscore that the Climate Resiliency Fund is required to utilize procurement and fiscal mechanisms that are available to us in the city. We cannot expend funds or solicit grants for public application at this time, nor can we specifically advertise a competitive bid to any one nonprofit. And so we continue to explore those solutions, including Charter Amendment Proposal 224, which is asking for an exclusion from the GIA so that we could administer and solicit for grants with the Climate Resiliency Fund in the future. And that's something that we'll be continuing to advocate for internally with the Charter Commission's process in the coming months. And so just in closing, I hope what you're seeing here again is the office's real tangible attempt to increase transparency, build our communication, and really showcase that our budgets and our investments are one of the strongest policy-making tools that we can wield right now for climate mitigation, climate adaptation, and climate resiliency. And I hope that you're able to see that the management of these projects and these programs and how we actively think about their quality and their soundness can give strong confidence to the thoughtfulness and the strategy behind the way that we utilize these funds. We take this very, very seriously. I take this very seriously when we are talking about real property tax and when we're talking about a exorbitant cost of living where things are not really changing. Every dollar matters here. And I hope that this is something that you see not only this year for fiscal year 27, but really setting up the agency for the future to always lead by example and to really showcase what we can potentially do when we operate with greater transparency and trust going forward. So with that, Chair, thank you for the luxury of time. I know that was very long. This is the first time we've done this between the office and the commission to this level of specificity. And so thank you, commissioners, for allowing us to try this as something new in the way that we interact through these public forums. Mahalo.
Thank you so much, Director Fox. I found this super informative, and I appreciate actually the transparency you have and just the continued sort of efforts that you have made with your team to ensure that you're remaining under the allocation budget, right? And looking at sort of the true capacity of your team to meet really the goals of the office and sort of the needs of our community. So I loved seeing that. I don't have many questions other than the curiosity with the fellowships. I'm curious to know like how those things are established, and if that's an expanded opportunity that could be more greatly harnessed with other departments within the university or organizations to further capacity of the office and then just further building community resources as well.
Great question, Chair. So I think this is a fabulous opportunity, especially because the agreements that we have right now with the 3 departments that I had mentioned and our fellows that you saw in our organization chart are operating with us for 2 years. And that's really what we want to see. Of course, we are working on expanded opportunities for students and interns in shorter term capacity, but we really want this to be really the frontline opportunity for CCSR to have workforce training and capacity development and professional development right here on the projects and the programs that you're seeing. We can do that so much better with a 2-year agreement with these partners than we can do with a 1-year agreement. And what we've heard from our fellows, and some of them are on with us. Maddie is here and Matt is here. That I can see so far on the tiles on my screen is I hope that we continue to showcase that this also brings them stability. We have individuals that are currently in their graduate programs and they are doing this work in conjunction with the later part of their studies. And then we have individuals that join us as part of a postgraduate fellowship so that they start to transition to do this work outside of the academy and inside the workforce. And we find this to be, I think, a really fabulous opportunity to engage. And it's definitely something we could expand with other opportunities. We do just need to budget for it the year before. So we've budgeted for one more potential position now that we're working on with the Grau Fellowship through Sea Grant. And Maya, she's just been absolutely fabulous. Maya and Darren have been absolutely fabulous. So we're hoping to bring on one more 2-year Grau Fellow. And then the next opportunity for us would be the submission for fiscal year 28. And we actually start thinking about that budget this summer. I know it sounds wild, but we do operate that far in advance. And so this would be a good time for us to talk about some of those potential opportunities. So then we can recommend the allocation to go up for mayor's review for the FY28 opportunities.
Thank you for clarifying all the future planning involved and the opportunities. Thank you, Dr. Fox. Commissioners, any other questions, comments? Commissioner Ma.
Thank you for that. I really enjoyed that presentation about the budget. I did have a question. I'm not sure if I misheard. It's probably me. One of your last slides, and you were talking about the procurement process. Did I mishear? And you saying that you're looking to seek an exemption or from the procurement process? And if so, can you explain a little bit more about the reasoning?
Yeah, thanks, Commissioner Ma. So no, we do follow state procurement and we follow all of the budget and fiscal services policies and procedures. What our charter amendment through proposal 224 is, and if I don't know if there's somebody on the line, potentially maybe Haley is online with us and could link you to 224. We're asking for an exclusion from the grants and aid section of the ROH. That exclusion would be able to provide the Climate Resiliency Fund the same latitude as the Affordable Housing Fund and the Clean Water and Natural Lands Fund so that we could solicit and administer for public grants, which we cannot do right now. But we will at all times follow state procurement law and all BFS policies and procedures.
Oh, got it. Got it. Thank you. Thank you for that clarification.
Any other comments from the commissioners? Commissioner Osuka.
Yes, hi, Dr. Fox. I just want to echo the other commissioners. I love conversations about budgeting. And I love even more that we're bringing this to the commission and to the public. I think it's incredibly important that we provide transparency in terms of what we're budgeting for and why. So I'm so thrilled. I hope other people thought this was equally interesting and exciting. So I just want to thank you. And then my second comment was, I'm also really thrilled to hear that you're having such a big shift from consultant services to more of your staff. I think building that capacity in-house is incredibly important. And I'm also such a big believer in, I think we do it better. I really am trying to, in my regular job, also move away from having our consultant do so many things, particularly forward-facing things with the public, and with our decision makers. So I'm really happy to hear that you folks are shifting so quickly, actually. It's really impressive. Less consultant services, more in-house capacity building. So that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Commissioner Otsuka, and just noting back to Commissioner Ma's question, and for full transparency, Commissioner Otsuka, Haley did add Charter Amendment Proposal 224 into the chat, and really would encourage folks to be able to see this measure that we're trying to help advance.
Thank you, Commissioner Otsuka. Commissioner Romine.
Thanks, Chair, and thank you, Director Fox, for that detailed update on the budget. And it really helped me again to get a fuller picture of just the huge spectrum of amazing projects that you and the staff are working on. So mahalo for that. I might have missed it. I didn't see anything about the Climate Champions program in there. Again, possibly I missed it on the slides. My understanding is that the support for that program is primarily for internships with community organizations, and it's great to see you continue to solidify, grow staff in CCSR. But I think that's also a huge important place for growth is with our community organizations and capacity building with them. And one reason I really like that Climate Champions program. Yeah, so maybe that's part of the kind of the staffing salary lines in there for the internships. But I guess what I'm wondering primarily is if you were able to get more ability to do grants and aid to community organizations. Is that a potential area of growth within that Climate Champions program through that? Thank you.
Thank you so much. Commissioner Romine, to help, I'm gonna bring back the slides to the Climate Resiliency Fund recommended allocation for FY27 to council, and this is part of the city department projects. So out of the 5.53 million, the third level up from the bottom, you'll see Oahu Climate Champions, and we're requesting another $500,000 for FY27 to invest into this project. I'm gonna go ahead and bring the slide down just so I can then tab to the CCSR organization chart as well. What you'll see here is we're rapidly working on bringing on our new Climate Champions coordinator under Alex Yee on April 1st. And so you'll see that position is also within, you see Alex's program here within the organization chart, and then you'll see the Climate Champions coordinator position. We're looking forward to bringing him on the first. So it does happen in two separate places. One, it happens within the salaries budget, and then it also happens within the Climate Resiliency Fund city directed projects budget. So we're making sure that we have the money to operate the projects, and then we also have the staffing to be able to help the operations. And then the second part of your comment, I think, is exactly what we're working on to be much more efficient. Commissioner Romine is that charter amendment proposal through 224. It would help us to create a new mechanism so that we could have our own grants program separate from the city's grants and aid, so that nonprofit organizations could then be able to have a mechanism to externally apply to not only be a part of Climate Champions as a project as a whole, but potentially some of these other projects too, which right now we are limited and we cannot do so. We have to go through the competitive bid process. And so in this case, Climate Champions will start through an RFP competitive bid process, which we hope to release anytime now for the first year to reignite the program. And thank you for your support. We love this program too.
Fantastic. Yeah, thanks for those clarifications. Sorry I missed that in the slide, and those further details. Mahalo.
Great. Great. Thank you, Commissioner Mine. Any other comments for Director Fox? All right. Thank you, commissioners. I'm going to open it up to the public. Any comments? Yes. Hi, Casey Connors, if you'd like to unmute yourself.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Fox, and your whole team for putting it together. Quickly, I couldn't quite see, but I usually go to the neighborhood boards. I thought I saw something about a Kahuku police substation, climate resiliency. I have never heard of this. Maybe I missed it at the neighborhood board, but that's very surprising. And for our area also, we would love to know, along our huge coast, we have so many issues on Kolaloa. How many of these projects touch on our area? Is it any easy way to break that down or not? If there's not, no. And the third is, you probably know, we have a lot of lower income communities in our area, so they have not able to put together projects or proposals many times. And in the last election, State Senator, both the Republican Brenton Awa and his Democratic challenger, said that we are losing Hawaiians in our area. It's just been heartbreaking. And these are so many of the people with the traditional knowledge of the area, but not strong in making these proposals or doing these kinds of projects. And so it's a chicken and an egg. We didn't put a lot of things forward because we don't have the expertise. So can you comment on that, or how can we get more help with that? Mahalo.
Yeah, mahalo, Casey, for being here, and thank you for your time and joining us today. Maybe if I can just help start for the record, when you mention our area, are you able to be more specific in the district or the neighborhoods to which you're referring? And then I can also help answer the questions in more detail. Is that okay?
Oh, sure. The neighborhood boards are changing, and that's why, but usually it's Ka'ava, Kahana, Punaluu, Hau'ula, Laie, and Kahuku. But also we have neighbors, of course, for Kahalu, Hakipu, Waikani, Waiholi, Kualoa, and all of those areas. Some are good at writing projects, but many no. And a lot of traditional knowledge and a lot of devastation through climate. Mahalo.
Mahalo, Casey, for providing that additional information so I can help reply with much more specificity. So for the first one, I'll go ahead and take the question about the North Shore First Responder Center. The North Shore First Responder Center, the agreements have been signed as of last week, Wednesday. This is not under CCSR's budget. This is considered CIP. This is capital improvement. This is building the infrastructure for our first responders to have a new place near Sharks Cove. This is underway with the Department of Housing and Land Management, who help with the transactions for city lands. It's also being coordinated in conjunction with the Honolulu's Ocean Safety Department and also our Department of Emergency Management Services. And so this new first responder center that's going to be built, again, is not part of CCSR's budget. It is part of the capital improvement expenditures that happen with DHLM and BFS at a much higher level, and definitely exceed either the Climate Resiliency Fund or CCSR's operating budget limits and ceiling. So again, for the operating budget, we are operating at a $2.6 million ceiling. And for the CCSR administration of the Climate Resiliency Fund, we're operating at a $9.357 million ceiling. Combined, we're just under $12 million. The First Responder Center will definitely exceed those numbers to be able to build and operate and maintain on an annual basis. So just want to be able to help and make that clear. The second opportunity, I think, is always with the Neighborhood Commission Office and the Neighborhood Board. So in addition to the role that you see me with today, I do also serve as Mayor's representative to the North Shore Neighborhood Board. So my district covers everything from Kahului all the way to Mokuleia, which is one of the reasons why my role is required to be on hand. With the Community Assistance Center, for instance. We have many other ways that we operate and utilize the neighborhood boards. And so, as you know, there are many of those opportunities, and every neighborhood board has their own agenda and they have their own action item. But I do maintain a very strong and regular presence with our neighborhood board chair is Kathleen Pahinui for the North Shore, and our vice chair is Raquel Achu. And then they have subsequent community committees that they run with ex officio members of the community, and also formal board members. So for example, Denise Antolini is the chair of the Community and Parks Committee for the North Shore Neighborhood Board, for instance. And so I do operate with them regularly, just as recent as last night. With the projects and the ways that CCSR and the Climate Resiliency Fund identify geographic distribution, this is a great question, Casey, and it's something that we keep top of mind for us as we continue our commitment to equity, and we continue to commit to geographic diversification across the funding and the projects that we have. So for the Climate Resiliency Fund specifically, one of the things that you'll see from us is we're able to report not only which council district, but also which neighborhood these areas are going to be impacted positively through some of the projects. And then for overall CCSR operations, we don't segment the operations for any specific council district or neighborhood. It's our charge and our kuleana to make sure that we're serving every district here. And so we do that to the best of our ability with the budget that we're being tasked with. So I do hope that that helps a little bit.
So can I follow up? So this is not, you're not going to be closing the Kahuku station, the Kahuku police station. And because of course, Pupukea is very wealthy and Kolaloa is quite different, and it's quite different ethnically and with, and the economic standards are quite different. So this is for the wealthy area, not Kahuku, the new station that you're talking about.
I wouldn't say that this is for the wealthy area at all. I would say that this was a direct response by numerous thousands of community advocates who directly asked the city to build the First Responder Center at Sharks Cove, and to do so in tandem with the other first responder centers in the district. And so that does not include any replacement of the Kahuku HPD substation. We're actually investing $55,000 into helping their assessments to make sure that some of their infrastructure and deferred maintenance is being updated, because they are such a critical center. This does not replace HFD's station at Sharks Cove. They will continue to be operating that. And then there's other HPD substations, for example, in Mililani. And so they're tapped for that, for the entire district as well. So no, Casey, I don't believe that this is an investment in a wealthier community at all. I believe that this is the city and our administration's ability to respond to the thousands of requests that we have received to build and invest in Sharks Cove and the First Responder Center there. And one of the primary reasons we're doing so is because of the serious injuries and the deaths that continue to occur in this area. And so one of the most vocal advocates have been the first responder centers and their personnel themselves, because they need to be able to get into these areas that have very dangerous conditions much more quickly. And so even the staff have asked that this is what we invest in.
Hi, Casey. Any other comments? If not, we'll move on. Thank you, Casey. Hearing nothing. Thank you so much. Thank you, Dr. Fox. All right, I'm going to move on to Karen Kurosawa.
Hi, can you hear me?
We can.
Awesome. I got here like 10 minutes late, so first I wanted to double check. Did I miss the presentation on the tourism and climate change guidance
No,
document?
no, we are still on the topic of the fiscal budget 2027 for the resiliency
Oh,
office.
okay. So we're
Yes,
gonna get to that later. Okay,
yes, we will.
that's all then. I'll save it for later. Thank you.
Great. Thank you. Okay, any other comments for Director Fox regarding the fiscal 2027 budget? Cross, do you have anything online?
No, Chair.
Okay, great. Hearing none, I'm going to recommend a 5-minute break. I think we have about another hour of discussion with our remaining items under new business, and then to item 11. So if that's fine, I'm going to call for a 5-minute break. Oh, let's just move up to 10:45. We can all resume at 10:45 with our presentation by Haley Cook. Great. Thank you all. All right. Hi, everyone. It is 10:45 and we are back online for our March Climate Change Commission meeting with the City and County of Honolulu. Welcome, everyone. I'd like to jump right back into agenda item number 6B, which is a presentation and discussion on legislative priorities by Haley Cook from the Office of Climate Change, Sustainability, and Resiliency. Welcome, Haley.
Hi, Chair and Vice Chair, members of the Commission. Thanks so much for having me today. I'm going to share my screen. Okay, can folks see that?
Looks great.
We can see it.
Great. Okay, hi everybody, my name is Haley Cook. I'm the Policy and Research Manager for the Office of Climate Change, Sustainability, and Resiliency. I coordinate the office's engagement with the state legislature, so that generally means reviewing the thousands of bills that get introduced to see what might have relevance for or impact on our work here at the city level and at CCSR. I'm usually able to narrow that list down to a few hundred to monitor throughout the session this year. A little over 300 bills. Obviously, I can't walk through all 300 today, so you'll get just a snapshot of that list today. And we can send you our full tracking list after this if we haven't already. And also, I know you all probably engage in this process to some extent in the various hats that you wear. So at the end, if there's anything that you all are tracking that you think we should also have our eye on, I hope you'll share that with us. And in this process, where appropriate, our office will weigh in on priority measures with testimony, and I support drafting that testimony and coordinate getting the internal approvals for its submission. So like I said, the plan is to give you kind of a high level look at the landscape of the climate related measures that are or were being considered the legislature this year. I originally planned to give this presentation about a month ago. We were still somewhat early in the session, so the prospects for the climate related policy looked maybe a bit rosier at that point, but I'll still give you that high level view and show what's still moving and also what's not. And then hopefully answer any questions you may have. So to start with just some quick context for where we're at right now in the process, session started the third Wednesday of January, and once all the bills are introduced about a week later, each bill has to meet a number of specific deadlines in order to continue on in its journey to passage. At this point, we are a little bit past the halfway mark. So bills that are still alive today have been introduced in their originating chamber, heard by their subject matter committees in that chamber, passed 3 readings in that chamber, and then crossed over into the other chamber. And now the process is repeating itself. The bills are going to be reviewed by the subject matter committees in the other chamber, pass 3 more readings, and then make it back to the originating chamber kind of next month, middle of April. At that point, both chambers will have likely made amendments to the bill. So both chambers need to agree on those changes before the bill can have its final reading, and that's where conference committees come in. Members from each chamber will meet to discuss and finalize the bill, and it'll have to come out of that conference period by May 1st in time for the close of the legislature on May 8th. And at that point, any bills that have made it through that process will be enrolled to the governor for his consideration to sign or veto. So I kept this slide in because originally when we planned to share the presentation, we were still kind of early on. I wanted to give a little bit of a recap of where we landed from the previous session as a bit of a preview for the year. Obviously, now we have a better sense of the direction of things, but still some good info here. There were a number of climate and sustainability related measures that passed last year, became law. I won't go through all of these, but obviously the big ticket item from last year was the green fee. Following the adoption of Act 96, the Green Fee Advisory Council put together a recommended list of projects, and those appropriations for those projects will be approved through the state budget bills, which we can talk about a little bit later. And then there were also a number of priority bills we were tracking last year that didn't quite make it. And I had still in play here because the legislature operates on a biennium, meaning a 2-year cycle. In 2026, this session is year 2 of that cycle. So technically, anything that was introduced last year is still alive and gets carried forward into the 2026, the current cycle. But in practice, it's more common to just leave those bills where they landed and take the concepts and reintroduce them as new bills rather than kind of resurrect the existing one. But either way, these things are, things we had hoped or expected we'd maybe see again in this year's session, and you'll see that was in fact the case in these next slides. So what I have in the next, I think, 6 slides are sets of bills introduced to this session in different topic areas. First is climate action or climate mitigation. Any bill in red has died. It's no longer moving in the session and would need to be reintroduced as a new bill next session and start from the beginning of the process if it were to see the light of day again. And then also through these slides, any bill with an asterisk is a measure that CCSR has testified on. So to start, revived from last year is the Hawaii Home Energy Assistance Program, or HIHEAP. This bill aims to help people pay their electricity bills, and it would supplement the kind of relatively modest funding the state receives from the federal program, the Low Income Home Energy Assistance Program at the federal level. There were also a couple bills that are trying to improve access to the Renewable Energy Technologies Credit, it's also known as the PV tax credit, by setting an income cap as a way to try and direct more funds to low and moderate income households. There's some lively discussion on these measures as a number of folks are concerned that this is maybe not the time to put restrictions on the tax credit, given the freeze in federal support. And then we also saw at the start of the session a number of bills related to the emergence of these portable solar generation devices, which are like these plug-in balcony solar systems that could open access to solar for renters and other lower income residents. And this measure would start to set some guidelines for how these devices can be used in condos. And then quickly, some of the bills that have died. There were multiple attempts to weaken the state's climate goals, attempted delays to both the Renewable Portfolio Standard and the Clean Economy Target. There were also attempts to get rid of the PV tax credit completely. And at the same time, there were attempts to increase the PV tax credit amount. And then, like we've seen in the past couple of years, there are always a few carbon tax bills. I honestly didn't have high hopes for these this session. I had assumed the appetite for something like this would be low given the passage of the green fee last year. So moving on to transportation, back again from last year is a bill to increase safety for e-bikes by separating the kind of regular e-bikes from the higher power, high speed electric devices that are generally considered more dangerous, hopefully improving the consumer experience when purchasing an e-bike, and then on the enforcement side having clear regulations. And this is actually a bill that made it all the way through the process last year and then was vetoed by the governor because he believed there was a drafting flaw in some of the definitions. So I would think this would make it to the end again and be adopted since it was updated to fix those issues, but we'll see. And then we also saw a number of bills that aim to increase funding for EV charging infrastructure through the state's EV charger rebate program that's administered by Hawaii Energy. There are also a few safe routes to school bills, and this one specifically appropriates funds for pedestrian safety improvements near schools. And then we also saw a few bills, I think there's only one left alive, that would prohibit setting any minimum off-street parking requirements for certain developments, and I think in particularly TOD areas. And then for a few that have died, we were supporting bills to establish a clean vehicle rebate program. This would have established a new tax on the purchase of certain new gas and diesel vehicles, and then use that funding to give out rebates for the purchase of new or used EV or plug-in hybrid vehicles, with additional rebates for lower income households. And then you also may have seen in the news there were a number of attempts to establish fare-free public transit. Some of the bills targeted free or subsidized fare for keiki, others for everybody. And then this was another rollover from last session, an attempt to update the state's e-bike rebate program to be more inclusive of different micro-mobility devices and increase the rebate amounts. This was a measure we testified on last year, and I don't think this one even maybe got a hearing again this year, so we didn't get that chance. And then lastly, there was another EV charging bill. This one would have established a new program to provide funding for chargers, more like a grant than a rebate. So related to climate adaptation, first, this is something we've seen come up in the last few sessions. This bill requires disclosure in real estate advertisements of shoreline and coastal erosion issues on a property. A bill passed a few years ago to require disclosure of erosion control structures. So this expands the kind of information available so folks can make informed choices and make that information available sooner in the process of purchasing a property. And then another disclosure bill, this one would require sellers to disclose when the property contains a cesspool. And then we've also seen the last couple years attempts at developing some kind of adaptation pathways planning process. This one in particular would require the Office of Planning and Sustainable Development to coordinate an effort to establish what they're calling regional shoreline mitigation districts, and then develop adaptation pathways plans for those areas. Another measure would essentially allow the public to report a beach structure, be it a building, wall, and a plumbing, that they believe to be a kind of near-term threat to beach or public safety, and require the Department of Land and Natural Resources to review that kind of petition and take some action. For the dead bills, there were a number of cesspool-related measures. We were supporting this effort to establish a cesspool conversion revolving loan fund. This would have allowed the Hawaii Green Infrastructure Authority to establish a financing program for low interest or forgivable loans for the conversion of cesspools. The Department of Health no longer has an active cesspool conversion grant program, so this was an attempt at developing another financing mechanism to support residents who need to convert or upgrade. There were also measures to reappropriate funds for that grant program and increase the maximum grant amounts in the program. And then there were other measures to reestablish the tax credit for conversion. So at this point, it's not looking positive for any kind of financial assistance for cesspool conversion this session. And then something we were keeping a close eye on, there was a measure that sought to kind of soften the state's current prohibition on private shoreline hardening and replace it with a policy to minimize hardening as opposed to a complete prohibition. I think at best, this tried to increase flexibility for the kind of real emergency permitting situations, but at worst, it opens the door for more armoring, which we know can be devastating for a sandy shoreline. So like the attempts to weaken the state's climate action goals, this didn't make it very far, but I think it's always helpful to be aware of these efforts. So next, a few items related to hazard mitigation and recovery. There is a bill to formally integrate considerations for folks with disabilities into HIEMA's responsibilities. There's another attempt from last year to establish the statewide wildfire mitigation working group. There is a bill that would require HIEMA to establish a public education and communications program to support community understanding of the recommendation for a 14-day supply in case of emergency, and it would also require more interpretation services for those with disabilities and emergency communications. And then a few that have died, there was another attempt to establish tax credit for residential wind retrofits. There was also another Strengthen Hawaii Homes bill. This was a concept that originated last year from the governor's climate advisory team. This one specifically would have provided grants for wildfire mitigation for residential properties. And then we also saw this last year, the Community Resilience Hubs pilot program, which sought to establish resilience hub sites across the state. And then there was also a bill that wanted to tackle the state's property insurance crisis by authorizing the state to take legal action against fossil fuel companies for their contributions to climate-induced hazard events and the resulting loss from insurance costs or the depletion of the hurricane relief fund. So for food systems, we had a couple bills back again this year. We've been supporting this first one, the Hawaii Farm to Families program. This provides financial support to Hawaii's food banks to facilitate a consistent supply of locally produced food for our food insecure communities. We're also supporting a bill that would increase of accessibility for the Supplemental Nutrition Assistance Program, or SNAP, to make it easier for kupuna to get and keep their SNAP benefits. There's also a measure to provide funding for the state's SNAP education program, which lost some federal funding. There is also a measure to establish a financial assistance program to support conservation practices that improve soil health and the resilience of agricultural systems. And there's another attempt at establishing free school meals for public school students. And then one that died we were supporting. This was an attempt at kind of permanently establishing the Department of Agriculture and Biosecurity's agricultural statistics program that would have provided consistent public data on a number of agricultural activities to help producers understand existing agricultural resources. And this was in part because a lot of these functions at the federal level have disappeared. And really, this is the last slide, just another flag for those state budget bills where the green fee projects are being considered. My understanding is that the recommendations are moving forward largely intact. And there's also another green fee bill that would establish a public impact dashboard so people can track how the green fee funds are being spent. So before closing, I guess I'll just add that the deadline to introduce resolutions separate from bills, a whole another list of things to track. The deadline to introduce resolutions was last week. So we're also starting to track those, and I can share the list of any of those relevant resolutions with you after this. So it's really only a small portion of what's out there and what we're tracking, but I hope that gives you a little bit of an overview of what's still in consideration this year. And if you have any questions, I'm happy to answer.
Great. Thank you, Haley, for the presentation. I know we're kind of mid-year through the process right now. So it's good to see kind of like the new updated list based on, which bills the city has been tracking and which is moving forward. I'm kind of curious, how does the city or the office determine when to provide testimony? What is, the strategy behind that?
Yeah, we kind of have a threshold at which we feel it's good for us to chime in. First, anything that has a direct impact on our ability to do our work, be that positive or negative, if this is something that we really want to see happen because it makes us able to do our jobs better, or it is in direct conflict with our ability to do our work, we want to share our voice there. And then really anything that we feel like we can add to the conversation. I mean, there's a lot of measures out there that have robust community support, and it's great to be, part of that movement. But we want to make sure that we're really adding value to the conversation. So I'd say those are kind of the two criteria we're always using.
Okay, great. We have a second agenda item which kind of talks about the commission's interests and and priorities for this current legislative support. But based on what you're seeing now and how current bills and also all the whole slew of Senate and House resolutions that have just been introduced, are there any particular areas that would be helpful for the commission to look at, or particular bills or topics to support the efforts of the Resiliency Office or City?
Yeah, I think that's a conversation that you all get to have.
Yep.
I think, we'll share our full list, and you can see where we're weighing in on things. And if you feel like the commission's perspective can be valuable on any of the measures, I think the legislature would welcome that.
Okay, great. Thanks, Haley. Commissioner Osuka.
Hi, Haley. Thanks so much for a great presentation and great update. I was hoping to have this conversation sooner, but this, I guess, is a good way for us to narrow down where the commission can focus their efforts. So I think this timing is also really great too. Chair Islam sort of asked my question, but I wanted to know, Haley, if you folks are also tracking resos and whether you folks typically comment on resos.
Yeah, we do. We're tracking them. We have them. We're still going through the process of confirming where we're able to weigh in and getting approvals for things. So I didn't, have them on the slide today because we're still going through that process, but I can share that list for sure.
Thank you, Commissioner Osuka. Commissioner Ma.
Hi, thank you, Haley, for that excellent presentation. And I hope you'll come back when the session is over to recap the session for us. I have a quick question. Do you coordinate with the State Climate Commission, and if so, how?
At the beginning of kind of right before the session, we usually meet with folks. There's a number of like HUIs of folks that meet to kind of prepare for the session. So we have coordinated with Leah and the State Commission, and I know that she has a number of priority bills that you know we know that to track what their priorities are. So it's really just about keeping in touch with what they need support on, if they need support on, and being mindful of that. And that's kind of the basis of just staying in touch and connected as we go through the session.
Commissioner Ma, if I may, I'm also the City and County of Honolulu's representative to the Climate Change Mitigation and Adaptation Commission with the state. And so I have that formal role within the body as well.
Thank you. Thank you for that update.
Great, thank you, Commissioner Ma. Any other comments from the commissioners for Haley? Okay, any comments from the public? All right, great. Thank you, Haley. You can hang on for our next topic. I think it's a good segue. You know, Haley gave us kind of a preview of which bills are moving forward, right, in the session. And we just wanted to touch upon to see what the commission's, oh, okay, I can go back to one public comment. Andrea Peatmoss, if you'd like to unmute yourself. Andrea Peatmoss, you have your hand up. Okay, hand down. Thanks, Andrea. Okay, going back to item 6C. We just wanted to, you know, because we've been having this discussion kind of trickle through a lot of our commission meetings. How can we engage the ledge, provide our voice from an advocacy level related to impacts caused by climate change? And so I just wanted to get the pulse of the commissioners based on what you learned and read from Haley in our board packet, your interest, and if there was interest to engage in this session, whether as a commission or individually. And then secondly, you know, through our separate organizations, if there are any other bills that Haley may not have addressed, but you are tracking, which are related to impacts of climate change and could be related to the work of the city. Commissioner Otsuka.
Yeah, I thought maybe I can share some of my initial thoughts on forming this agenda item with the chair. My thought would be if folks are interested or if folks have sort of the subject matter expertise on now whatever is still alive, if we want to draft testimony in support of any of these, and then ideally have somebody who is the SME be the lead on the draft. So that was sort of our chair and I's initial conversation and ideas around the purpose of agendizing this item for discussion. So if folks, I guess to start some conversation, if folks feel strongly about any of the bills that are still alive and think it would be appropriate and helpful for us to write testimony, I think maybe that would be good to hear from you folks. Chair, do you want to add anything else from our initial discussions?
No, I think that's one, you know, kind of direct kind of output of this discussion. Yeah. Commissioner Olson, I see you have a comment. Can we get a version of the presentation? Yeah, I think that's. Haley,
yeah, at least the version I got in the packet wasn't as helpful as what you just presented, Haley. It doesn't indicate which ones are dead.
Yeah, you guys might have gotten the one from a month ago. So
yeah, probably. Okay, great.
Commissioner Romine.
Thank you, Chair, and thanks, Haley, for that overview. this is more of a process question. I'm wondering, Chair, if you and Vice Chair Otsuka had some more discussion about logistics process for how the commission can respond in a timely manner if we do choose to provide testimony. I have helped in the past more so with tracking legislation through State Office of Conservation and Coastal Lands. And I just know from that process that like a lot of times these hearing notices drop like a couple days prior, sometimes on a Friday evening at 5 o'clock. And it's kind of a mad scramble to get stuff in testimony in on time. I think we had some discussion on this in the past meeting and that maybe we could have some drafts ready, possibly through kind of these roles that you discussed here, having a subject matter expert and a point person around some of these bills. But I just wonder if you had any follow-up discussion in putting this agenda item together, and if you feel we can respond logistically, in a reasonable time frame.
Yeah, I think one way we could do it is establishing a permitted interactive group if we wanted to specifically focus on a couple of bills and then have those, no more than 2 commissioners be those authors, right, and submit on behalf of the commission. The other mechanism, which we didn't directly talk with Haley or Dr. Fox about, was that we could provide technical comment and provide that to the city, and they can review it and incorporate it as well too. The third one could be that we can respond individually, right, as SMEs from our own professional hats and show the relation and connection to the commission and maybe direct that testimony letter, whether it's a support, opposition, or comment related to just our volunteer work on the Climate Commission. So I know they move really quickly, and the thing is, sometimes the notices do come 3 days in advance of the hearing, right? And the way that the commission is structured is we don't necessarily have that nimbleness to have all 5 of us, opine on a letter. So there is a bit of individual effort that may need to come from this. So, and it's also a bit of like projecting as well too, right, on which ones move forward and which to put interest and commissioner effort. And I think that's where our external organizations and reaches come in to really determine if we feel some of these bills are moving forward and they have, I think, really great impact to the work of the city and in alignment with our charter and the commission.
Thanks, Chair. I do see Commissioner Ma's hand up, but I just want to respond to that real quickly. That, yeah, in particular with State OCCL, and really it's with Amy Wertz, Sea Grant at OCCL, we are tracking particularly coastal hazards, sea level rise related bills. So I just want to offer in response to that I'm happy to, if needed, to help be a bridge to that office, bills that office is tracking, and additional subject matter expertise, particularly on the coastal sea level rise related measures that are still alive. So that offer's out there. Haley, if I can be any help there, feel free to reach out. You may be in touch with folks at that office, including Amy already. Mahalo.
Thanks, Commissioner Romine. Commissioner Ma?
Thank you, Chair. So I hear 2 process things that we could pursue if we wanted to write testimony. One is forming a permitted interaction group where commissioners who want to be part of the permitted interaction group could submit testimony on behalf of the commission. And the other one is where individual commissioners can write testimonies saying that they are members of the commission, but not representing the commission. Is that the 2 that I'm hearing?
Yeah, I think those are the 2. And the other one I had offered, which I'm not sure if that will work technically with the city, is providing our comment and input and then sharing it with the office, the resiliency office. So that could be another method as well.
Got it. Okay. Just wanted to try to clarify what happened.
Okay, and this is really all under the purview if we as commissioners have interest, right? And so we've had these discussions before. It's never really been presented with bills that are moving forward, right? So it's really just kind of a touch point to that. Commissioner Remind, I know you mentioned the work that you're doing with Sea Grant. I also am very active with AIA Hawaii, so we are actively providing testimony and tracking things related to, specifically right now, State Building Code Council, things related to housing, and really kind of new code and guideline introductions that relate to really building in resiliency into our current frameworks. So those are things that I'm happy to work with you, Haley, on, if that's also what the office is tracking. We have found that there's a lot of Senate and House concurrent resolutions that have come forth that basically with tidbits information of bills that have died, before crossover. So, yeah. Commissioner Ma.
Sorry, so I do work on legislation with other groups that I'm with and testify on submit testimony on behalf of other groups as well. This is a little late to jump in, as a lot of us know. We could develop a process and put that into effect for next session if we wanted, and table this for this session. That's just an idea. Throwing that out there as well.
I think that's a great suggestion as well. What do others think about that? Seeing some head nods. So knowing that session really kind of starts in January, but a lot of the work happens prior to that in the fall, this might be a good topic to resume in the summer. Commissioner Ma, I don't want to put you on the spot, but maybe you want to think of a process that could work for us as a commission. Should we decide to be more engaged, that we have this process established before the opening of Ledge 2027?
Happy to take that on with help of anyone else on the commission who'd like to work with me on that. Thank you.
Great. Okay.
I just want to offer to work with you, Sandy, on that. Yeah, happy to team up if I can be helpful.
Thank you, Commissioner Romine. Thank you.
Excellent. Well, I think we have an outcome from the discussion. Haley, I think we individually can be a resource to you as you need it. We will share things I think we're tracking externally, but I think for this time we'll focus on developing a process for Ledge Session 2027. So thank you again for the update on the bills related to climate work. Okay. Moving on, actually, before I do that, any comments from the public regarding our direction? Seeing none, hearing none, I'm going to move forward to item 6D, which is a presentation and discussion on our tourism climate change guidance document, internal revisions by Commissioner Olson and Commissioner Otsuka. I'll turn the floor over to you two.
Yeah, hi everybody. I'm going to share my screen and hopefully it works. Okay. Can you folks see the slides in full screen mode? Yeah, okay, I'm seeing some nods. Okay, thank you. So aloha kākou, everyone. Hi. Thanks for everyone's patience as we have worked on some internal revisions to our tourism and climate guidance document. So today's presentation, we're really excited to share with you some of the internal revisions we made. So Commissioner Ma, I'm not sure if you were here when we last gave an update, but for everybody and Commissioner Ma, this document really originated with Dr. Allegado and Dr. Keener, two former commissioners. So they wrote the vast majority of the draft for this guidance document. And then it was handed over to Commissioner Olson and I. And we thought it was a really great draft, but there were certain sections that we wanted to add sort of our expertise in, as well as sort of our colleagues who we knew had expertise in these different areas. And so we wanted to add some revisions before we go out for more formal stakeholder engagement. So we're going to go through high level some of the internal revisions we made. As part of the mailing packet to the commissioners and the public, we also provided the actual revised document, so folks can go through the more specific section. So these revisions were made by Dr. Olson and I, as well as Helen, and the three of us will be presenting our revisions to you. So without further ado, there we go. So just a quick overview of what the tourism and climate change document is. So the tourism and climate change document is focused on identifying what the impacts of tourism are on our climate. And this document is specifically focused on Oahu. The idea of all guidance documents, including this one, is that we provide the most up-to-date data and information on climate change science to our mayor, our city council, and our city departments, and provide some recommendations on how to mitigate some of the impacts of tourism on our climate. The picture here just has a quick overview on sort of those intersections and those impacts here. And just a quick executive summary for folks of what the document says. The document really acknowledges that tourism is a really key part of our economy, but is also our largest single driver of greenhouse gas emissions, water consumption, coastal land use, and infrastructure demand. Upon further analyses, we found that our visitor industry and climate change are deeply interconnected and mutually reinforcing. So thinking specifically about how our greatest visitor concentration is also simultaneously one of our highest climate risk zones, so Waikiki specifically in this context. And then also thinking about the intersection of climate risk and resource demands. This really accelerates our environmental pressures that climate change is intensifying, as we've seen over the last couple of weeks. And really trying to drive home the point that managing these risks is really not an option. It's really a prerequisite for our fiscal stability, infrastructure resilience, and a more equitable climate change adaptation framework. So these are kind of high level, our main changes, and then Helen and Commissioner Olson will jump into more specifics. So some of our key changes we've made to the document since Dr. Allegado and Dr. Keener have worked on this document is we've reframed the document so that there is a clear understanding that tourism is a driver and an impacted sector. We also did some additional analyses and included additional data. So we revised the emissions analyses, for example. We added more spatial data, including parcel level data and modeling. We also included the most up-to-date information on sea level rise design centers and exposure assessments. And then the bottom two boxes, we added a governance section to the document, as well as looked at all of the different sections and added some key recommendations really focused on how do we recommend and how do we instill more regenerative tourism. And with that, I'll hand it over to Helen. Can you introduce yourself, Helen, really quickly? I realized I forgot to do that up front.
No worries, yeah. My name is Helen Husted, and I am a graduate student at UH Manoa, and I'm working on water as well as for the circumstances greenhouse gases. So starting with the greenhouse gas emission section. So the section was revised to move from a descriptive overview to a more structured and transparent analytical approach, strengthening the document with a clear methodological foundation. And so we also updated the analysis to include the 2021 inventory data, which is the most recent. And for the aviation portion, we now included the radiative forcing index, or short RFI, to capture the non-CO2 effect. So This has been becoming an increasing concern because emissions are released at a higher altitude. And since there is no single agreed upon factor to account for these effects, we present a range instead. And finally, for the aviation, oh, sorry, go back. Thank you.
Sorry, yeah.
And finally, for aviation, we apply a passenger allocation method to assign emissions. And then moving on to the rental cars, for the rental car emission, the modeling approach for island transportation was expanded in general. And so this shifts the analysis from the supply-based estimate to a more demand-driven estimate that reflects more the visitor behavior. And lastly, we made a clear distinction between what is counted within the state and the full tourism footprint. And so that includes incoming and outgoing flights for the footprint. All right, now I'm taking you with me to the next slide, which is the water section. And so this section was also strengthened by moving toward a more quantitative and spatially explicit approach. And so the draft now includes the quantified relationships between visitors, activity, and water consumption, which allows us to actually assess how sensitive water use is to changes in tourism demand, rather than just describing general trends. In addition, parcel level modeling was used to link the water use to spatial mobility data, and so thus provides some more location-specific insights instead of relying on the aggregated estimations. Now for the structural drivers in water use is also no longer analyzed by based on visitor numbers alone, but is now considered in relation to the infrastructure characteristics such as the amenities and site-specific features. And then finally, the analysis connects tourism related to changes in land use and paved surfaces like roads and buildings to reduce the groundwater recharge. And so this kind of shifts the framing of water issues from being purely demand driven to understanding them as both demand and supply side. All right, that was it for me. And now handing the word over to Kristen.
Yeah, thanks so much, Helen. The next section of the report really expanded the environmental dimension. In keeping with the vulnerability framework, we look at ecological impacts of tourism and the ecological underpinnings of the tourism sector. So the first thing we did was describe the economic costs of invasive species damages and linked this to both introduction and spread. Of course, attributing this to tourism and linking it to directly is difficult, but you'll see what we did in the report to kind of explore that. So those are the first two items there. And really focused, I know the state is really focused on biosecurity right now and just prevention being far cheaper than once things are introduced, and that goes both to the islands as well as within the island. We explore the firegrass climate feedback with, our tourism sector was greatly impacted by fires and talk a little bit about that dynamic in the report and the reinforcing climate mechanisms that drive some of these dynamics in the landscape. And then within this, we look at reef tourism. There's some recent work about the impact of tourists on reef quality. And so we looked at that and quantified visitor participation in reef activities. So that provides some scope there to think about the tourism ecology feedback loops. Okay, next slide. please. All right, so emergency infrastructure. Here we really looked, this was responsive to some of the tsunami evacuation lessons, where we were looking at some of the ways that the transportation sector is implicated, particularly in emergency situations. So we analyzed some of the BICI data and using the tsunami as a case study, and come back to the idea that micromobility, it really supported evacuation in high density areas. We had a road vulnerability analysis, or we added this, an assessment of transportation exposure under various sea level rise scenarios. Okay, next slide. The final section, which we added here, was really a lot has changed since the first version of this tourism report. So when we inherited it, none of these governance changes had happened, and we really wanted to be sensitive to the current governance situation. So obviously the destination management plan has evolved post-COVID, right? The Hawaii Tourism Authority was restructured. The Council for Native Hawaiian Advancement stepped into the leadership role. And of course, we've got the green fee. The funding is now shifting from promoting Hawaii as a tourism destination to really doing this in a more responsible way of stewardship and management. So we wanted to really acknowledge this and speak to this in the report. Next slide. I think I pass it back to Kian.
Yeah, so I'll close this out with a couple more slides. So again, I want to thank everyone for their patience as we've worked on this. I know this timeline has changed quite a bit. So I think we're closer to keeping to the timeline this time. So the plan is for following this meeting to conduct our formal stakeholder engagement. So you folks a couple months ago reviewed our stakeholder list. So we'll contact those folks to ask for some feedback on this most recent iteration of the guidance document. We'll then take the feedback we receive from these stakeholders and make revisions in the month of May. And if the agenda allows, we'll plan to come back to you folks in June and present additional revisions that we've made, and for you folks to consider voting for approval of this document. So that's kind of the next 3 months or so, and what we're hoping to accomplish finishing out the document. Before we close out this agenda item, I just wanted to extend a sincere mahalo to the people on this slide. These are folks we reached out to when we were working on our internal revisions to ask for them to share their expertise with us, and so we could incorporate their expertise in this recent version of the guidance document. I also want to really thank Helen. Helen played such a big role in making the revisions to this document, so thank you, Helen. And then also to Commissioner Olson. We're so lucky to have her. Her expertise is in many things, but I think the one that has made a huge impact on this document is her expertise in environmental economics. I know money really talks to government and others, so I think it's important that we're also incorporating the economic as well as environmental impacts of our visitor industry. So with that, we're happy to take questions from the commissioners and then the public. So thank you, Chair.
Great. Thank you, Commissioner Osuka, Olson, and Helen for this update on the guidance document. I want to turn it over to the other commissioners. Do you have any comments or questions for commissioners or Helen? Commissioner Ma.
Oh, thank you, Chair. I just want to say thank you so much for updating this document and putting all the work into it. I was downtown at work when we had the tsunami evacuation, and it was just crazy, the gridlock in town. I think a lot of us were downtown. So, and I thank you for really putting the effort into recognizing that and how much transportation there are when we look at, you know, climate change. So thank you for all the work you've done and are going to do. Thank you.
I had a few comments. I think the new structure is really good, kind of giving a recap of the findings and the recommendations. I know you kind of put in a time horizon, which I think is helpful. Is there anything in particular that you wanted to highlight to the commission or to the public that maybe wasn't included in the slide deck presentation? Or maybe the process of how you think that could occur. I know a lot of it is kind of deaggregating data, right? And really trying to separate from a utility scale standpoint, residential versus tourists. And I know there's different scales of how tourism is measured, both formally and informally. So I'm kind of curious how you envision that occurring from a city standpoint for the city to kind of execute or gather and then filter through that data.
Yeah, and I'll let Helen think for a few minutes. And since she really grappled with a lot of the data for the air emissions and the greenhouse gas emissions from the airline industry and the water, we collect a lot of data across different sectors. And it actually struck me when Haley was talking about the agricultural statistics too, right? Our statistics for everything are kind of siloed and don't speak to one another. Even just taking the water sector as an example, trying to do a coherent accounting of water in the state, you have to go to Board of Water Supply, you have to go to CWRM, you've got to go to all these different agencies, and all of them report data differently. It's in some cases totally incommensurable. For instance, the definition of fresh water has different salinity in different agencies, right? So you can't even put them together. So just technically, the coherent data sets upon which to base policy is a real problem in the state, I would say. And that translates up all the way to what we were trying to do when we were trying to really gather empirical evidence about the exposure and impacts of the tourism sector to climate change. Is we don't know a whole lot. And we started, some of the fun things that we got to do as researchers with this report was look into new data sets. So we passed over it quickly, but the mobility data set, right? So we actually purchased GPS pings from cell phones as a research lab, not as a climate commission. But we analyzed those data to look at where people go in the island. And that's how we did some of the parcel level and getting information. And that's how we divided information between tourists and residents, because you can tell whether those pings come from residents or tourists. But so we tried to be really creative in some of these methods to derive both where tourists are and what resources they're using. But I would say a big thing is really thinking carefully about how we could better make our data coherent in order to have evidence-driven policy recommendations. So that would be the top of mind to answer your question, Chair Islam.
Thank you, Commissioner Olson. I know we had a conversation about data sets in our first in-person meeting. Dr. Fox.
Thank you, Chair, and thank you, Commissioners, for working on this and putting together. This is really exciting. Just want to I'll provide a couple of links into the chat. Our sister agency at the Office of Economic Revitalization currently oversees regenerative tourism for the city. They are working on scoping the Oahu Tourism Strategic Plan for 2027 through 2031. And then they help to implement the Oahu Destination Management Plan for the city in conjunction with the state. So I can put you in touch, I could put one of you in touch with their leadership, and then their regenerative tourism program manager has, I think, some recent updates as they work on the steering committee. So there could be an opportunity for one of you to potentially serve as an external member of that steering committee. The timing could potentially link really nicely.
Just really quickly, Chair, before we go to Commissioner Romine, I wanted to add that we had a conversation pretty early on with Guillaume, who I think, Dr. Fox, you helped bring OER to our office to talk about their plan, but great to know that they're working on an update. And I think, I don't know what their timing is, but this might be approved or voted on before they finish their plan, but it would be great, as I think we've talked about this as a living document or meant to be living document, that Dr. Olson and I or other commissioners can work on further revisions to as there become more plans or changes. Yeah, thank you for letting us know.
Commissioner Romine.
Thank you, Commissioners Otsuka, Olson, and Helen, for all your work on this latest update. I spent a little time reading it the last couple of days. It's in really good shape, so really excited to see us at this stage. And thank you, Director Fox, for those comments. You hopped in right at the right time for me, because I was wondering about the regenerative tourism aspects of the paper. And I think that is such a key aspect. And it's great to learn a little bit more from Director Fox about the efforts going on in the city around that topic. So one suggestion would be maybe elevating that topic in the document further, highlighting that in the executive summary. And it kind of comes at the end. I think it's in some of the recommendations of the exec sum, but and the main document doesn't come till the very end. So I think that's a really exciting aspect and venue for cooperation between city, the tourism, private sector, visitor sector, and maybe state too. As far as next steps here, thanks for that timeline. At what point can commissioners weigh in? I did have some points that maybe I shouldn't get into around like technical clarifications, questions I had on details in the document. Can we send you comments on PDF at this time, or is there a better time to do that?
Commissioner Olson, if you feel differently, please chime in. I think you can provide them. I'm taking notes as you folks provide comments. You can provide them now. I just want to be respectful of sunshine law, and so I'm not sure if you're able to email them to us directly, or if maybe you can email. Yeah, I don't know. Does anybody have thoughts re sunshine law and how Dr. Romine can provide feedback to us? But I'm okay with feedback now. Or Chair Islam, I saw you unmute. Do you have feedback?
I'm trying to think back what we did in the past. I think as long as the other commissioners don't have active possession of the live document, we can certainly email one of the commissioners, I think, the comments, right? The other thing that we've done in the past is we've had a session where we've had the document live and we've commented on that too. And so that way that doesn't conflict at all with Sunshine, and we can all provide comment and feedback. So that's another process method. I too had a similar comment as Commissioner Romine of how to provide comments. And I don't know if this was the venue for it or if it was the venue in June. So perhaps either you or Commissioner Olson can kind of clarify to us how you would prefer to receive our comments.
Yeah, I mean, I certainly think it would be great to have the other commissioners' comments early so we could reflect those in the document that goes out for public review. At least we could, keep track of all the various comments that we get. I am the least familiar with sunshine law of all of the commissioners. normally I would say maybe send them to Cross and Cross can send them to us, but I guess that's or whoever now is going to function in that role. But otherwise, I'm happy to receive them and add them into our live document. Yeah, Kiana, what do you think?
I was going to say, with that, I think now would be great, Chair, but I know we're running out of time, so I'll let you decide. I know we're running a little late or very late today.
I think if it's okay, we can email the comments. I think Commissioner Olson, what you suggested to Cross or to the office probably is the safest method. Any comments that we have, we can relay it to Cross, and then he can share that with the two of you without any concern about conflicting sunshine. So unless Commissioner Romine, you wanted to provide your comments now live in the document.
No, I just wanted to be what's
Okay.
most efficient and
Yeah.
and okay with the sunshine
Yeah.
rules. So yeah, it sounds like emailing those to Cross is the approach, and I'm fine with that. Yeah, thank you.
We can be
Yep,
treated kind
that's
of.
fine.
Thank you, Cross. Commissioner Ma, yeah.
Oh, sorry. Commissioner Ma can go first. Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Was it clear that this is going to be the opportunity to provide comments on the document for everyone? Because I thought there was I thought this was an internal document and there was going to be a presentation on a final document. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean,
If
we've done
it's
it.
not clear, then Sunshine would seem to indicate that we should have another presentation on a final document for everyone to comment so that the revisions could be made on a document, and then the final could be inputted into a final document.
Yes, I think we've done it many different ways, and so if we want to be super cautious, what we could do, because this is the first time we have seen the internal revisions, right? I do think the commissioners can provide comment via the office, which can then be relayed to the two active authors, Commissioner Olson and Commissioner Osuka. And then when they do their final presentation in June, they can highlight where those comments were considered and incorporated into the live document. And then the commission, all five of us, can then continue to comment at that final presentation. I think that's a fine process. Just for your knowledge, what has also happened in the past is that the papers have rotated, if we choose to do that, to other commissioners, where you can then actively, put your voice in there without concern of voiding or conflicting with sunshine. So, but I don't think that is the process that are seeing right now in the current timeline. So I think the former, which I suggested, providing our comments via the office, then they go to the two authors. They note those comments in the June meeting is probably the fine process for us to do.
Okay, thank you. So long as it comes back. Thank you.
Yeah, I think so. And we can treat it, like we have done a lot of comment responses to guiding documents and frameworks, right, from other state or city departments. We can treat it in a similar manner. So.
Just
Okay.
really quick, Chair, I just want to note for Commissioner Ma, this was agendized as presentation and discussion. So we're just running out of time, I guess, is my primary concern. I would have liked to have taken comments now, but just given that we're almost at 12, I wanted to ask if there was another option for us to receive comments.
Yeah. Thank you, Commissioner Suka. Dr. Fox.
Thanks, Chair. Because of Cross's transition, I might suggest we utilize the ccc at honolulu.gov address for the individual commissioner feedback, comments, and questions. And then we can utilize that mechanism with Maya, who some of you folks are able to work with before. During the transition, Maya will be supporting the June and May meetings until we have a new office manager on board.
Okay, thank you for clarifying. Commissioner Olsuga.
Just one last thing for administrative purposes. Commissioner Olson, when would we like to provide, or when would we like a deadline for comments? Because I know we wanted to start stakeholder engagement sooner rather than later. So if we're going to receive comments from commissioners, then work on integrating those. When I'm trying to, in terms of our timeline, I think we were hoping to give folks a month to provide comments, but when, like next Friday or 2 Fridays from now, what do you think is appropriate for us? Any thoughts?
Yeah, I think next Friday would be great if that's feasible for the other commissioners.
Okay, we will target for that then. Yeah. Okay, wonderful. I'm going to move on to comments and questions from the public. So Casey Connors, you have your hand up and you also put some comments in the chat. Maybe you just want to vocalize
Yeah,
them, and if
yeah,
possible, within a 3-minute time
yeah.
frame.
Very quickly.
Thank you.
I'm sorry, my it went off a little while. Anything on carrying capacity studies, because this is absolutely essential for a tourism economy, and Hawaii does not do it, and it's just unconscionable that Hawaii does not do carrying capacity studies. Also, we've had issues with how does your department interface with DPP? Again and again, we're having tourism and luxury tourism built on the shoreline and Kolaloa. Again, in Turtle Bay, we have luxury condos going up. The environmental impact statement was 12 years old. That's Blackstone. And then we also have a second hotel going up there. How in the world is our one road going to hold it? We have vacation rentals at Kahuku Marconi. So how are you interfacing with DPP, and why are these big vacation, these tourism and big real estate for tourists allowed to go ahead? I have a lot of concerns again about the labeling of the center that at Pupukea, and it's like what, 17, 19 miles from Kahuku-Laie. We have been fighting in the Kolaloa Neighborhood Board to ask if we have enough emergency preparedness over on our side. And so I am concerned about the possibility of incorrect labeling, and this is, potential investor fraud, because you're saying that you have these resources in Kuku and you don't. So there are a lot of issues that the lower income community has, and sadly Hawaiians pushed out again and again and again. Vacation rentals, we've seen that we have maybe in Oahu, maybe as many as 10,000. So we don't know how you're looking at that, because we have so many illegal vacation rentals and they're not closed down. So how do you do the water, the food, anything like that? So there are many issues where your data is funky. And if you come out to the community and look and talk, and not the North Shore, because again, the North Shore is very different than Kolaloa. And many of us have been in this area, or working on these issues for 20 years, and we all know each other up here. So mahalo for taking a second look, coming up, and no, I don't believe a lot of the data. And thank you for all your efforts, but it's going to come out on the ground. The only good thing is Kahuku and Haula, we got great food out here. So come on out.
I really appreciate that comment. Hopefully you don't mind me jumping in, Chair, as well. I love the region, being a windward girl myself. Yes, we do address carrying capacity in numerous ways. So I urge you to look at the report. You did mention environmental impact statements and kind of how old they might be, and that is not something that we looked at. So that's a really interesting angle. I hope that you have a chance to participate. I will take these comments on board, certainly. and kind of review through the document. But in the carrying capacity, it's actually one of the recommended action items is to develop carrying capacity studies and plans that are linked to resource availability, communities, et cetera. So hopefully that addresses that comment. We didn't have resources to do carrying capacity studies, right? Other than what we were able to do is show the drivers of water consumption, the drivers of greenhouse gas emissions. Food, you brought up, we did do some transportation. Food was the other one you brought up. And the conversion of agricultural lands, right? And that's something that we touched upon. So hopefully we've touched on many of these themes, but I look forward to other comments.
Thank you, Commissioner Olson. Karen Kurosawa.
Hi, I had a question about the HTA portion and the governance, and I'm sure I'll learn more once I read the updated report, but I'm curious to know really quick what the problem is with the HTA governance and what the proposed solutions could be. And since HTA is a state entity, what can the city and county actually really do to like reform the governance? I would love to know what you guys are thinking for this document.
If I said that we are making recommendations for the reform of that, no, we just wanted to have that had all changed since the previous, the governance framework basically was different in this iteration of the report from an earlier iteration, and we wanted to ensure that it was clear kind of the platform upon which we are now building. I would have to go back and review but it's just really giving the context was our aim.
Chair, can I add to Dr. Olson's response? Hi, Karen. Thanks for attending. Yeah, I just want to reaffirm what Commissioner Olson just stated. The state made the decision to restructure HTA and not Commissioner Olson and I. So we're just acknowledging the change in the document because that will really change who our recommendations are directed towards and who we're recommending the city work with. So we're just acknowledging the change in governance that the state had made since the last iteration of this document. I hope that helps.
Yes, thank you. I thought there were like other changes you were proposing, but okay, thank you.
Great. Thank you, Karen, for your comment. Andrea?
Can you hear me?
We can hear you, yes. Yeah.
Thank you. Yeah, when you were talking earlier about generative tourism is elevated, can you get to sending me or, an executive summary of this report that you were talking about from the commission in the future, and about when is that coming out? That was one question.
I mean, I can directly answer that. It is part of, it's on in the agenda, the whole report, and there is an executive summary. But if you want to send me your email, I'm happy to send you a copy over email.
Okay, what's your email, please?
Andrea, is this Andrea Annex? If it is, I have your email address. Do you want me to email it to you? Okay. Hi, Andrea. Okay, hey. I can do it, Commissioner Olson.
I also have another question. What are the points of intersection where the commissioners, interact or whatever with the Department of Planning and Permitting? Because it just doesn't really serve the Ko'olauloa Neighborhood Board area, because they keep approving the extreme growth that Turtle Bay Resort area and it's not realistic on so many levels in terms of climate change and population growth on the only 2-lane road for miles from North Shore Haleiwa to Kaneohe. There's just a 2-lane road, and they keep adding and adding, like the new hotel, and now the bunch of $6 to $8 million condos, all of which also take up all the water resources, et cetera, or not take them all up, but you know what I mean. Basically, and no real carrying capacity studies on that road have been done. And the last, I don't know what, basically what it's communicated to the DPP that they continue to do this kind of approval. What is your job, in trying to get them to listen to reason? I would think it would be known as, I would call it listening to reason. There's keep the country is a goal, it's somebody, a lot of people believe in it for a reason, because it's just not, it's not a viable thing in the long run. This road, half of it's underwater, like just last 2 weeks. And you're talking major construction. The construction alone, all those trucks have been ruining the road coming through for building other parts of it. The construction material, people on the road, the carpenters and all those people, it's just kind of not at all a sustainable place to build. And I don't think DPP has the proper awareness of that. They do something called, assessing things right in front of it. And that shouldn't even make sense to them. I don't know, but the addition to all the workers that would be coming to all these extra, buildings there. Anyway, where does this commission actually intersect with the DPP?
I'm happy to jump in, Commissioner Olson and Otsuka. So Andrea, our commission is under the administration of the Resiliency Office, and our charter really is to provide the latest science and guidance and trends related to climate change as it impacts the city. The commission has historically provided guidance documents on various topics, from looking at climate briefs to sea level rise adaptation, greenhouse gas emissions, and this tourism climate intersection paper that you're looking at. But we are a volunteer board, and so we don't have a direct relationship with DPP. We don't provide direct advice or opine on the development work that is actively going through. I think our guidance documents are, once approved, provided to all of the executive offices, and they have the right to review them and incorporate them into guidances and whatnot. But unless the city is proposing something that we, the commission, can then provide an opinion on, when there's a forum for that, really our work is to provide guidance on a broader perspective. We don't directly impact or create policy or guidance for the city, given that the commission is a volunteer board of various subject matter experts. So I hope that clarifies your work.
Yes, thank you.
Thank you.
They're just not listening.
Okay, great. Well, thank you, Andrea, for your comments. And thank you again, Commissioner Osuka, Commissioner Olson, and Helen for this internal update on our tourism climate change intersectional report. We will submit our comments to you, the office, and to you with the target for next Friday. And then we look forward to hearing the outcomes of your stakeholder engagement at our June presentation. I know we are at the 12 o'clock now, and we have a couple of agenda items to go through, but I think we can efficiently go through them right now. The next one I just want to bring up is item number 7, which is our next meeting. It is May 29th at 1 p.m. At our last in-person meeting, which was the end of 2025, we had discussed holding biannual in-person commission resiliency office meetings. So by calendar right now, May 29th would be our next meeting. So we have tentatively scheduled to have that being held at the Center for Architecture in Fort Street, the same location previously for our December meeting. Is there anything the commissioners wanted to discuss about this? This will probably be like a half-day meeting, similar to the past. But I do know earlier there was some discussion about just timing of our other commission meetings, like these, for example, are online. So I don't know if we want to have a brief discussion of that. Commissioner Otsuka.
Just wanted to add, we were planning for 1 p.m. So I know we sometimes have them at 9 a.m. and sometimes at 1 p.m. So this meeting in May would be for 1 p.m. For 3 hours, I think was what we're aiming for.
Okay, great. Seeing no comments, we'll just agendize the meeting. Look forward to the invite. If there's any other coordination items, we'll send it through the office to the other commissioners. Okay, moving on. Number 8, any communications correspondence from the public. I didn't see anything come before through the office. Cross, was there anything that we may have missed, or are we good to move forward to our next item?
No, Chair.
Great, thank you. And then item number 9, any items from the public, input for matters not on the agenda? Okay, seeing none from the commission, I think we're good. And then announcements. Thank you, Commissioner Osuka, for your announcement on the electric bike, electric moped rebate. I think the biggest one, just to reiterate what Dr. Fox says, is support for the CAC and communications, right, that we have about tourism going out to the North Shore. I think if we can continue to use our channels to convey that, that is the biggest support that we can do right now for the recovery from the Kona storm. So with that said, thank you again, commissioners, for hanging on for 3 hours. Greatly appreciated. A lot of great discussion here. Look forward to seeing you guys in May and maybe in the interim at the CAC. I'm going to call the meeting to adjourn at 12:07. Enjoy the rest of your Friday and the weekend. Aloha. Hi.
Thank you, everybody.
Aloha all. Thank you.
Dr. Fox, thank you, CCSR staff.
Thank
Thanks, guys.
you.